All right, you let me know when you're ready. All right, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Salt Lake City Sports Complex. Apologies for the late start. I got a little bit sidetracked, but we are beginning period one, and it's going to be Utah men's D2 hosting the University of Providence Argos. Of course, our team, the Utah Utes, are going to be guarding the goal on your left, wearing the home whites, and the Argos are going to be wearing their travel jersey, very flashy-looking travel jerseys, in the dark, guarding the goal on your right. And we have a guest broadcaster. My partner is Jennifer Bourne. Hi, Jennifer.
Hi.
Say hello to everyone out there.
Hey, everyone.
And Jennifer is one of our student interns, and she's going to be sitting in for a little bit. Patrick will be showing up a bit later. Don't worry, he'll be here. And so Jennifer is going to carry the mantle for a bit this time, and she's well prepared. She's a communication major. I can't speak of communications. Major at the University of Utah. So Providence controlling the puck in the Utah zone. We've got Jack Nowicki for the Utes guarding the Utah goal. He was the goaltender last night. He makes a save. And on the other end, we've got, for the Argos, we've got Paul Jarvis guarding the goal for the Argos. Providence, of course, comes in with a high ranking in the ACHA West on the last ranking. Actually, it was the ranking on the 12th. They just posted the top 20 this morning. However, they haven't posted the full rankings, so I haven't been able to update those. But as of the November 12th ranking, Providence is ranked 5. So very high up there. Utah ranked number 22 in the ACHA West. So big, important game for Utah to try and score some important points and hopefully creep up in the rankings. And Utah setting up something in the neutral zone. Nice little pass. Head to Pittman. Pittman skates across the blue line. He's got Blau waiting for him. It hits him kind of in the shoulder and bounces in the air. And here they go. Pucks kind of bounce around a little bit. Utah recovers. Pittman tries to go for a centering pass. Lynch sends it into the corner, scooped up by Blau. Lynch with a wrist shot that bounces off a couple of skates and a couple of sticks and goes awry. Now Providence is going to be, we expect, a pretty disciplined team, right? And you saw last night's game against Grand Canyon, right? So Jennifer, you kind of remember similar game. We expect a similar game like that. I don't think Providence game is like run and gun. I think they're going to be disciplined, crisp passes, and again, very tightly knit team, well-meshed team.
Yeah.
Which is how you get to be number 5.
Yeah, I think it'll be a pretty similar game, but I don't think it'll be easy.
Right, absolutely. And I don't see, Providence doesn't look like physically a big team, so I'm expecting them again to depend on a lot of passing, and I'm sure there'll be a hard-hitting game, but the teams like Utah State, you've seen them, and Weber, those guys are pretty big.
Yeah.
Physically pretty big. All right, Utah with a chance here. Monaco in the corner. Hill tries to get it out of the corner. And now, oh, sorry, that wasn't Hill, that was Oh, that was Hill. Hayden Hill. All right. Monaco, Furlong picks it up. Tries a cross-ice pass. It's out of the reach. It gets deflected into the Providence zone. And now here comes Providence the other way. All right, that's number 15, skates across the line. That's Husley. He sends it in deep. And Utah gets a pass ahead to O'Shea. O'Shea skates across the blue line. He's got Torrey on the other side. He goes for a wrist shot that's blocked, stick deflected into the netting by one of the Providence defenders. So we'll have a face-off in the Providence zone. It is 15-50 in the first period. Of course, both teams scoreless, 0-0. We'd like to welcome our viewers, of course, our Utah Utes viewers, and we'd also like to welcome our Argos viewers tuning in from Great Falls. Thank you for joining us. All right. Argos setting up play in their own zone, being forechecked by, or back check, excuse me. Forecheck, sorry. Forecheck, back check. I should stop using that term because I always get them backwards. O'Shea carries it into the corner, into the Providence zone. Skating along the boards. Garrett Jackson waiting on the other side, unable to scoop it up, and now here comes Providence the other way. So Jennifer, take a look and see who our top scorers for Providence. It'd be a good idea. Let's see if we can let the fans know who are the top scorers maybe we need to watch out for on the Providence team. Because I believe they have some pretty good scoring forwards. And Providence breaks up the play, carries across the neutral zone, dumps it in right on goal. So Nowicki's got to make a save, kind of an awkward bouncing puck. And he drops it to, looks like Lynch. And Lynch is getting checked hard in his own zone. And looks like they're going to turn it over. That was A.J. Bellinger working around in the corner. Now back out to the point to McCary. McCary lets one fly, but it goes high off the glass. Picked up by Alger. Working the puck, trying to cycle it, gets picked off and intercepted by Hovey. Scooped up by Lynch. He's going to carry it through the neutral zone. And he dumps it in, and Utah goes for a line change. Andy jumps in, trying to intercept that pass. And now here comes Providence. Ooh, beautiful stretch pass to number 8, Ballinger, but it's just out of his reach. And they're fighting for the puck in the corner. Still fighting for the puck in the corner. That's Lacroix. I see Kurt back there. Finally, it looks like Andy's going to come up with it. He sends it out ahead to Wiener and gets intercepted. Nice little pickoff by Stevenson, captain of the Argos team, Jacob Stevenson. And a wrist shot from the point, defended by Andy, who lays down on the ice for that, sacrificing his body. Now here comes Monaco. Oh, and he tries to get it ahead to Kurt, just out of his reach. Puck is still in the Providence zone, picked up by Stevenson. And intercepted by Pittman. He's got a chance, gets by one, goes for the backhander. Looks like it was deflected and saved by Jarvis. And I think Jacob Stevenson is our captain. Isn't he in the top 5 in the scoring?
Jacob Stevenson's had a pretty successful season so far. I mean, with 18 points.
Right, 18 points. How many goals?
6 so far.
6 goals, right? So pretty productive captain for the Argos team.
Right under him is Tyler Auger.
Right.
Adam, AJ, and then Colby.
Okay, we've seen everybody. We've seen all those people. All right, puck is in the Utah zone. 12:26 left in the first period. Both teams still scoreless. And it has been a pretty fast game. Nice save by Nowicki, scooped up by Pittman. He's got O'Shea, and O'Shea's got Blyle, and Blyle skates in a little bit ahead of time, so O'Shea has to make a detour successfully, and then he ends up losing the puck behind the net. But here comes Yumina. Oh, and he tries to get a pass out to the point, but unfortunately Utah was going for a line change. Oh, sorry, that was Hill. All right, so Utah's gonna have to start over. Furlong carries it across the neutral zone, gets by one defender. Gets intercepted, and the puck gets dumped back in, so Lynch is gonna go chase it into the corner. He's being pursued by Husley. And Husley does manage to clear the Utah zone. It's gonna go right on goal. And the goalie, Jarvis, sees Furlong bearing down hard on him, so he decides he's just gonna cover it up, which means we'll have a face-off back here in the Providence zone. And of course, we've got hockey all weekend long. This is the first game of 3 today. This game, men's 2 is going to be followed by the women's 1, and they'll be hosting Montana State. And then this evening's headliner at 7:30 will be the men's D1 team. And there's a chance there. Gets by Husley. The Utah men's D1 will be hosting conference rival Arizona, and that'll be an important game. So be sure to tune in, and if you have a chance, come on down to the Salt Lake City Sports Complex. When you buy a game ticket, by the way, that ticket is eligible for all the games played that day. So if you come on early, you can catch the men's D2, or you can catch the women's D1, and stick around for the 7:30 game, which would be the men's D1. You can buy those tickets online, and of course, the Utah Hockey website is utahhockey.com. Torrey getting defended hard. Boy, they've double teamed on Torrey. They know he's a scoring threat. Hovey with a centering pass to Jackson. And just like that, Utah gets on the board first at 10:42 in the first period. Excellent play. Great follow-up by Jackson. Was right there for that rebound. And like I said, you know, Providence had this defense where it's pretty clear they wanted to double team Torrey to shut him down, but he got that pass off to Hovey. Hovey's shot bounced off of the goalie Jarvis, and Jackson was right there crashing the net to put that puck home. So kind of exciting that Utah scores first against the number 5 team in the ACHA West. And on the draw, Providence controls. Constant carries across the line. Oh, and he makes a shot. Nice save by Nowicki. Puck ends up in the corner, being chased by Bellinger. Still bouncing around the Utah zone. Now it's being chased by Stevenson. Bellinger comes in to help. Stevenson comes up with it. Centering pass. Nice save by Nowicki. That was a deflection there by Alger. Successfully saved. Monaco carries across the blue line. Centering pass to Torrey. To Jackson. They're going to try it again. It worked the first time. This time, the goalie saves it. Jarvis, I'm so sorry, Paul. For some reason, I cannot remember your name. Jarvis makes a save, and now here comes Providence the other way. And that is Alger. He carries it around behind the net. And Utah manages to poke it loose. Bouncing around in the neutral zone. Frederick tries to send a pass ahead, but gets broken up and deflected. Gets picked up now by Stevenson. He sends it back the other way. Chased down by Tavacek of Utah. Across to Wiener. Wiener's got some room, so he's going to skate across the blue line himself. He sends in a shot, gets past his defender through the legs, and Jarvis has to make a save. Tomacek sends it back up to Wiener. Wiener sends it around deep. It wraps around behind the net. Jarvis stops it and then realizes he's got Kurt bearing down on him, so he sends it back the other way. Utah still controlling the puck in the Providence zone. We've got 9 minutes left in this first period. Utah leading 1-0, taking the first early lead. And we are going to have icing. Providence looked like they were really scrambling on that last play. So the icing means they will be coming back to the Providence zone. And on the face-off, Utah controls. Quick shot right off the face-off, just like you're supposed to. Good job. That looks like that was Ryan Worth letting that one fly, and so Jarvis has no choice, but he has to glove it, so we're going to have a do-over. Face-off again. And Worth gets the puck again. This time it bounces off a couple skates, ends up in the corner. Blyle's trying to dig it loose. Worth sends it back behind the net. O'Shea was there trying to pick it up. I'm sorry, Pittman was back there trying to pick it up. He sends it back around the other way. Worth tries to drop pass to Blyle. Blyle to the point. Shot from the point by Lynch. And Utah just swarming Providence right now, yeah?
Oh, yeah. A much better start than yesterday.
Yes, I would say a much better start than yesterday. And I'm surprised because the Grand Canyon team was a lot closer in ranking to Utah, but, you know, Utah did not get on the board first, and unfortunately, Utah never caught up.
We lost 3-1 yesterday.
Yep, it was a bummer.
A bummer, but hopefully this is better.
Yes, well, it was a good start, so let's see. Hard slap shot.
Looking better for us.
Yes, it is looking better for us. So fingers crossed, folks. You can't see it, but we're doing the fingers crossed thing up here. So hard slap shot from the point by Tyler McCary. It hits someone's stick and ends up in the net, and we're going to have a face-off in the Utah zone, something we haven't seen for quite a few minutes here. And on the draw, Providence controls. Vanini ends up in the corner. Oh, and he gets a centering pass out to Husley, who wastes no time from the circle to throw a shot on goal, and Nowicki makes the save. Husley being one of those top 5 scorers on the Providence bench. And we've got just 1 second under 8 minutes in this period. And it looks like Utah is, looking at the scoreboard, looks like Utah is out shooting Providence. Another great save by Nowicki. Boy, he was just getting swarmed there. But he makes a pad save, and he's going to have another face-off. Utah skating with a lot of speed and a lot of pep, and showing some great offensive charges. Very nice, clean offensive charges. A lot of quality shots on goal. All right, Providence controls off the draw, and so Nowicki has to make another save. And so we have yet another face-off. I hope I didn't jinx them. I said, gee, we haven't had a face-off in the Utah zone for a while. Now we have 3, right? Bam, bam, bam. Oops.
Yeah, Wiki's getting a lot of action today.
He is getting a lot of action today, yeah. And, you know, I was thinking, wow, 1:30. Oh, and it kind of, Providence makes a rare mistake and the puck trickles out. But, you know, Nowicki played last night's game at 7:30, right? Which ended about, you know, 10:30. And now he's got to get up and ready. Oh, and wow, beautiful laser shot from Tyler Alger. He had a wide open shooting lane. He took it. Nowicki just got beat fair and square over his left shoulder. So Providence ties it up 1-1 at 7:32 in the first period. And I was going to say, poor Nowicki has to get up early for a 1:30 game this afternoon, right away. So as expected, Providence doesn't just give up after the first goal. They come right back, and we're back to square one, 1-1. Tie game. And Providence gets set up in their own zone. Constant tries to send it up ahead, but it gets intercepted by O'Shea, so he dumps it right back in. It's going to get chased back by Fulton. Puck is still in Providence zone. Fulton's trying to clear it out. Somebody scoops it up. Oh my goodness, that was Torrey, and he kind of whiffed on the shot, and so he's unable to get a clean shot on it. Tomacek sends it back in. Jarvis intercepts, back out to Constant, who flips it up over the blue line to the waiting Tomacek, who sends it right back in. Hovey's trying to get it, intercept it. Torrey's trying to get to it. Now Providence comes up with a nice poke check again by Tomacek, but this time that's number 26, I believe, Vanini. He managed to keep control of it, carry it into the Utah zone. And now here comes Providence setting up their offense. Oh, centering pass, kick save by Nowicki, sends it out to the side to the boards. And here's a chance for Torrey. Now Torrey's got wheels, he carries across the blue line, and he lets fly, but it hits someone in the shin pad and bounces off, and oh, he looks like he's kind of, that one looks like it might have stung a little bit. Torrey recovers. Tries for a backhand. He's trying to hit Endy. He ends up back in the back. Endy scoops it up. Out to, who is that? On the point. And back to Lynch on the other side, who lets a wrist shot fly. And now here comes Providence trying to come the other way. Nice interception there by Umina. He actually carries it all the way into the zone, and he goes, well, I'm here. I might as well shoot it. Good heads-up play there by Umina. Jarvis has to make a glove save, and so Utah gets a line change, and they're going to have the face-off in the Providence zone. And oh, I have to apologize. I'm so sorry, Zach. I can't tell between a 25 and a 26. That was Zach Olszewski with the heads-up play. Zach didn't play last night. Umina played last night. The numbers all kind of run together after a while. All right, big hit right there in front of the Providence bench. Elicits a few oohs and ahs. Providence scoops up the puck behind their own net. That's Fulton. Kind of spins around as he tries to let his teammates get set up. He's being checked pretty hard by, looks like, Endy. And now here comes Providence. That's Lupolo. And Utah intercepts again. Andy's trying to keep it in. Providence trying to, of course, send it out. Wiener managed to poke it back in into the corner. Wraps her on the other side. We have 5 minutes left in this first period. Both teams with 1 goal each. Oh, centering pass just past Pittman's reach, and so the Utes are going to have to come all the way back out of the zone to regroup. Blyle to Monaco. Monaco skates by a defender, skates by another across the blue line. He lets one fly. Glove saved by Jarvis. Jarvis had that one all the way, making it look very easy. And I don't know, is Jarvis their starting goalie? Who's got the most minutes? Looks like it's kind of a split
between Christopher and Paul on their team.
Yeah, so it looks like they're kind of going with the 50-50. I mean, a lot of teams will go with one goalie who kind of gets the most minutes, but they're pretty even, the two of them. That would be Christopher Fines and Paul Jarvis. And we're going to have another face-off. And we've got something going on over at the Providence bench. I almost think this is like an equipment issue. I was looking down at the thing. Poor Jennifer and I were both looking at the little piece of paper, our little cheat sheet. And I think that was an equipment issue. And so that would be Tyler Alger, one of the alternate captains, comes back out. All better now. And Providence trying to get their breakout set up, but instead they have a missed pass, and so it's going to go all the way to the other end of the ice, so we'll just have a face-off all the way back in their zone. Pretty stylish jerseys that the Providence team's got with the neon green sleeves and shoulders and then the dark blue. Be interesting, I wonder what their home jerseys, like home whites, look like. You won't miss them on the ice, that's for sure. That neon is very,
it's very
funny.
neon.
Yeah.
I have not seen that colorway.
Yeah, that's true, right? We don't typically see neon. It's like kind of like your basic primary colors when we see hockey jerseys. All right, here they come. And it looks like that's Alger. Must have heard us complimenting his jersey, so want to make sure we got a good look at him as he skated by. All right, Providence trying to set up their offense. Wrist shot from the point by Struthers. Nice save by Nowicki. Rebound comes all the way out. Puck is still kind of stuck in along the boards, and then Worth finally clears it around the other side, and it's going to get scooped up by Struthers again. He sends it back along the other way. Picked up by, I believe that's Pittman. And finally ends up in the neutral zone. Blau is there, Pittman is there, and finally it ends up back into the Providence defense. Now he goes for a stretch pass. I'm not sure what he thought Struthers was going to do, but Struthers would have had a jetpack to reach that pass. Now comes back the other way. Hill's going to get there first. He sends it along behind the net. Struthers sends it back the other way. And, oh, that's number 19, Braden Bain. Tries to get it past his defender. Utah doing a great job of defending these guys pretty tightly and keeping them from really getting set up. They're just really swarming Providence. Now here's a chance. Bain carries across the blue line. Ends up by the boards, getting checked hard into the corner. Looks like that is Boots Bortoluzzi on the ice for the defense. Nice deflection there by Porter. They're really covering. Oh, Providence whiffs on the, that's number 13, whiffs on the shot. He lets another one fly. That's Frederick, and then that one gets deflected off into the corner. Now here comes Utah. Porter lets one fly, saved by Jarvis. Oh, centering pass. Furlong got tied up, so he couldn't reach it. So now it's going to come back the other way. Monaco checks his man, stops that, breaks up that rush. And now here comes Lacroix and Monaco fighting for the puck, along with Housley of Providence. It's in the corner. And there's a one-timer. Wow, that was a great cross-ice pass to the Tobias Robinson, who was skating in towards the goal, and he kind of got by his defender. I didn't quite catch whether he managed to get around him or if maybe our defender just kind of dropped the coverage, but Providence gets ahead 2-1 at 2:02 in the first period. Wow, this might be a high-scoring game if this keeps up.
Wow.
Yeah,
Another
wow,
goal for
right?
Providence.
Yep. Another goal for Providence. And a very good tic-tac-toe offensive play. Kudos to the Argos on that one. All right, on the draw, Utah controls. Torrey sends it in deep. Hovey's going to have to hustle to go get it. And he's not going to get there first. Tomacek can't keep it in. He can keep it in. Torrey's there. Torrey's fighting hard for that puck along the boards. Hovey's going to go after it in the corner. And Providence comes up with it. That's Fulton skating behind his net. He sends it out to O'Brien. O'Brien's trying to get something started, but it's intercepted now by Hovey. He's going to skate across the blue line. He's got Torrey and Jackson across the ice waiting for him. Jackson parked himself in the slot, and the puck gets away from Hovey, and now it's going to be a race. So Shea's being pursued. He's got Robinson bearing down on him. He passes it off to Tomacek. Gets picked up instead by Lupolo, sends it back to Robinson. Now the puck's kind of hung up in the corner. And it trickles loose. It gets by Struthers. He's unable to keep it in. Scooped up by O'Shea. We have 1 minute left in the first period. And O'Shea unable to clear it. Gets picked up by Bellinger. Oh, and from the circle, Stevenson's got a little room. Now back onto the slot. Everybody's fighting for the puck. Finally ends up at the high slot. Gets dumped back in by number 25. I don't have time to look down. I'm afraid I'll miss something that's going on. That was McCary. And finally, Utah comes up with the puck. Endy skates across the blue line. He's got some room. He lets fly the shot. Jackson's there for the rebound. He goes down in a heap, and he gets hooked from behind. That is going to be a tripping penalty with 26 seconds left in the period. I was right the first time. He does get hooked. He goes down, and so looks like it's going to be Argos team captain Stevenson's going to go sit for 2 minutes. And of course, there's only 26 seconds left in the first period, so that penalty would carry over into the second period. Important power play opportunity. Let's see if the Utes can even up the score on this power play. On the draw, Utah controls. Jackson sends it along deep to Torrey behind the net. Back out to Jackson, skates across the circle, tries to get it across ice. O'Shea picks it up, sends a wrist shot in, hits a bunch of body. Jackson drops to Endy. Really good defense by Providence. They finally do get that puck cleared out. And this first period is gonna wind down with Providence leading Utah 2-1. There'll still be a 1 minute, 34-second power play for Utah when we get to the second period, but fast and furious, huh, Jennifer?
Oh, it sure is.
Both teams skating really fast, and I mean the hooking penalty is still pretty clean game. We're not seeing, you know, cheap shots. Both teams playing really hard. I think kind of assessing each other, figuring things out. So I'm really excited to see the second period. Folks, don't go away. We're going to take a little break as well, and we will see you back here for the second period.
Welcome to the Rocky Mountains.
Welcome to open trails and new vistas.
Welcome to stunning Red Rock.
Welcome to the greatest snow on earth.
By the tree of broken glass, where the hope
Welcome to game day fun.
anything could last. So let's go and take the words that we know.
Welcome to the party!
Of thoughtful dreams. But if you listen, you can still hear
Welcome to Pac-12 Sports.
our names, calling out our names.
Welcome to world-class research.
We'll keep on standing tall. This world is in our hands. So get up and grab your
Welcome to the arts.
have no trap. We are tough as nails. Come on, this is our land.
Welcome to real world experiences.
We can go to that bridge that crosses over fear.
Welcome to a great education.
Love and what it does to those they hold near. So let's run till the water.
Welcome to new friends.
We can toss our worries far away from our hearts. And if you listen,
Welcome to the time of your life.
not hear them calling out our names, calling out our
Welcome to all you can imagine.
Though we might faint and fall, we'll keep on standing tall. This world is in our hands. So get up and grab and walk and see. Those gray clouds look close, but we have come and gone.
Welcome to the University of Utah.
So get up and grab and walk and see.
Thanks for calling the Salt Lake Visitor Center. If you have any questions, please leave a message and we'll get back to you.
Hello! I tell you what, I'm just going to put you on speaker. All right, a little about me. I'm a bit of a phenomenal skier, so I want to take my family on a vacay. which is short for vacation. Hope you don't mind the abbreviations. I'm just short of time today, so I need to sort of hurry things along. Just a few simple questions for you. They call Salt Lake Ski City, but you do ski in the mountains, right? I'm just picturing myself skiing down the sidewalk there next to the shops. Knowing my luck, I'll do one of my big flips and end up in the traffic. So I don't want that to be the case. Look, I've got to go. You're really keeping me here. Although I will say, I'm going to see your Utah Jazz play a basketball game. And I've heard there's a couple of Australians in the team. So here's my question. Are they causing you any trouble? I just had a thought. The average snowfall near Salt Lake is 500 inches. If I was to utilise all of that to build a giant snow person, would that be majestic or a bit scary? Oh, hey, listen, just quietly. I'm a big family guy. You know that, I've told you that. But after a few days with them, I'm going to need a drink. That's legal, right? I hear Utah has the youngest population of any state. So if I was to head down to one of your hot rockin' clubs or a social event, would there be a youth person in there that might be able to explain Snapchat to me? My kids just won't do it. Now, I've heard there's a bit of a Sharks versus Jets rivalry between the skiers and the snowboarders. And if I made that movie, would you watch it? Oh, when was your last Yeti sighting? Are you getting all this, by the way? I'm assuming you can rewind. The Utah state bird is a California gull. I mean, even you've got to admit that is confusing. I guess that's more of a statement than a question, but still I thought I'd bring it up. Now, your Ski City Super Pass, I take it that's part of the Marvel Universe. If I get that, will people call me the Winter Soldier Man? I really wish you could see this. All right, well, this will be costing me, so I better go. Thanks for everything. Bye.
This is Beth from the Salt Lake Visitor Center calling you back to answer your questions. First off, yes, you can absolutely drink here. We'd prefer if you ski in the mountains, and I'm happy to call you Winter Soldier.
My name is Marguerite Van Komen, and I'm a snowbird ski patrolman. My dog's name is Frank. What a good boy, huh? What a good boy you are. I start every morning waking up and having breakfast with the dog, and then we finish every day having dinner together, but everything in the middle changes. We train them using their own instincts, so instead of hunt for dinner, they're hunting for humans. A lot of thought goes into choosing these dogs. Number one, they've got to be able to handle the cold. Number two, they got to be pretty hardy. And three, we're looking for very high drive dogs. The dog that is going to chew your sofa up at home, we want that dog. The people, the mountain at Snowbird, it's just special. And everything you want to do is here in Salt Lake. Get off the plane, grab your gear from the luggage cart, and within 30 to 45 minutes, you're up here and skiing on snow. You know, Salt Lake is super unique. We have 4 full seasons. So you can come up, ski all morning till the snow gets a little too smushy, and then you go and hit 18 at the golf course at the bottom of the mouth, and then you can go out for a wonderful dinner and see theater. It's amazing how much you can fit into your day. And not only do we have everything that you want to do, but we have great people to do it with. Everyone wants to be outdoors, happy, and go and play. Every day is different, and I love that. I love showing up to work and going, what is on the plate today? Snowbird is my family, and Salt Lake is my home, and Frank is a great part of that. My name is Marguerite Van Komen. I'm a Snowbird ski patrolman, and I am Salt Lake.
Welcome to the Rocky Mountains.
Welcome to open trails and new vistas.
Welcome to stunning Red Rock.
Welcome to the greatest snow on earth.
By the tree of broken glass, where the hope
Welcome to game day fun.
anything could last. So let's go and take the words that we know.
Welcome to
Toss
the
them
party!
in the sea of thoughtful dreams. But if you listen, you can still hear
Welcome to Pac-12 Sports.
our names, calling out our names.
Welcome to world-class research.
We'll keep on standing tall. This world is in our hands. So get up and grab your
Welcome to the art.
Time, no trap. We are tough as nails. Come on, this is our land.
Welcome to real-world experiences.
We can go to the bridge that crosses over fear.
Welcome to a great education.
Love and what it does to those they hold near. So let's run till the water.
Welcome to new friends.
We can toss our worries far away from our hearts. And if you listen,
Welcome to the time of your life.
not hear them calling out our names, calling out our
Welcome to all you can imagine.
Though we might faint and fall, we'll keep on standing tall. This world is in our hands. So get up and grab and walk and see. Those gray clouds look close, but we have come and gone.
Welcome to the University of Utah.
So get up and grab and walk and see.
Thanks for calling the Salt Lake Visitor Center. If you have any questions, please leave a message and we'll get back to you.
Hello! I tell you what, I'm just going to put you on speaker. All right, a little about me. I'm a bit of a phenomenal skier, so I want to take my family on a vacay, which is short for vacation. Hope you don't mind the abbreviations. I'm just short of time today, so I need to sort of hurry things along. Just a few simple questions for you. They call Salt Lake Ski City, but you do ski in the mountains, right? I'm just picturing myself skiing down the sidewalk there next to the shops. Knowing my luck, I'll do one of my big flips and end up in the traffic. So I don't want that to be the case. Look, I've got to go. You're really keeping me here. Although I will say, I'm going to see your Utah Jazz play a basketball game. And I've heard there's a couple of Australians in the team. So here's my question. Are they causing you any trouble? I just had a thought. The average snowfall near Salt Lake is 500 inches. If I was to utilise all of that to build a giant snow person, would that be majestic or a bit scary? Oh, hey, listen, just quietly. I'm a big family guy. You know that, I've told you that. But after a few days with them, I'm going to need a drink. That's legal, right? Shh. I hear Utah has the youngest population of any state. So if I was to head down to one of your hot rockin' clubs or a social event, would there be a youth person in there that might be able to explain Snapchat to me? My kids just won't do it. Now, I've heard there's a bit of a Sharks versus Jets rivalry between the skiers and the snowboarders. And if I made that movie, would you watch it? Ooh, when was your last Yeti sighting? Are you getting all this, by the way? I'm assuming you can rewind. The Utah state bird is a California gull. I mean, even you've got to admit that is confusing. I guess that's more of a statement than a question, but still I thought I'd bring it up. Now, your Ski City Super Pass, I take it that's part of the Marvel Universe. If I get that, will people call me the Winter Soldier Man? I really wish you could see this. All right, well, this would be costing me, so I better go. Thanks for everything. Bye.
Thanks for calling the Salt Lake Visitor Center. If you have any questions,
All right, was leading Utah with a power play opportunity right now.
thanks for calling the Salt Lake Visitor Center. If you have any questions, please leave them in
the first period, and so they've got a minute 34 with a chance for a power play opportunity, which would be a great chance to tie this one up. I think Jennifer and I were kind of chatting a little bit in the intermission. One of the things that Utah needs to avoid is what happened last night, right, which was Grand Canyon kind of like scored like a couple of goals and just kept chipping away at the Utah defense until Utah couldn't catch up. Utah couldn't like keep, evening up the score. So, all right, on the draw, Utah controls. Of course, they have an extra player on the ice. Up ahead, that looks to O'Shea. And he gets by one defender, but he runs out of room and ends up behind the net. Wiener's going to go back there to help him. Wiener through the circle. He lets one fly. Jarvis makes the save. And, of course, Providence comes in ranked number 5 in the West region of the ACHA. Utah substantially down, ranked number 22. So if Utah can keep it close, even if they don't win, if they win, that would be fantastic for their rankings. Even if they can keep it close, that's going to help them just because of the rankings differential. The goal differentials will also matter in rankings, so the closer Utah can keep, the better. Or if they can get ahead, even better. All right, Utah on the draw, stealing the power play. Wiener to O'Shea, skates across the blue line. Gets by one and gets spun around a little bit, now out to the point. And to Jackson in the middle slot. His wrist shot goes high and wide. And Providence is able to clear that one all the way out to the other end. Ooh, intercepted by Jackson. Kind of a weird little pass there by a Providence player. Now here comes Worth across the blue line. Skates through the circle. He lets one fly, deflected by a stick. And that's going to end up in the netting. So we'll have a face-off in the Providence end. 15 seconds left in the penalty. Utah has a chance for maybe one more good offensive play off of this face-off if they can control the puck off the drop. And instead, Providence controls. And it gets away from Monaco, and so that's going to be Robinson skating across the line. He's got help. Both teams back to full strength now. Oh, sorry, excuse me, not back to full strength. We still have 4 seconds left. Now, both teams back to full strength. And, oh, that was a long cross-ice pass that was intercepted by number 11, Stevenson, who had just come out of the penalty box. And so the Utah player didn't realize that the Argos player was right there back on the ice. Nowicki has to make a save on the shot. And so that means we'll have a face-off in the Utah zone. And this game has been fast and furious in the first period. Looks like they've come back pretty much the way they left the first period, which both teams skating pretty fast, a lot of good passing. And I think Utah's gonna have to really start chipping away at this lead and make sure Providence doesn't start walking away from them. All right, puck is still in the Utah zone. Hill, back to Monaco. Oh, and it gets by Furlong, and now here we go. Providence trying to set something up from their own zone. And it's bouncing around in the neutral zone. Checkets, cross ice pass to Frederick. He sends one in deep. And Providence goes for a line change. Utah now trying to start something. That pass to Hayden Hill just out of his reach. Picked up by Lacroix behind his own net. Does a couple of little spinning moves to get away from his defender. Porter sends it back around to Monaco, but it's intercepted by Providence player who tries for a quick one at the near post, but Nowicki covers that angle up. Now here's a shot from the point by 25, that's McCary. Gets deflected into the corner. Now another one-timer, quick shot, boy, that was kind of almost like a mirror play of the second goal that Providence scored on the other end. That was number 13, Frederick came skating in, he got the centering pass, let one right away, one-timer. Nowicki was ready for it, makes a great glove save on a shot that was pretty much right on top of him, keeping Providence out of the goal. All right, Lynch tries to send it up along the boards, gets sent back in. Bortoluzzi chases it along. Bounce pass across to Torrey, who sends a pass over to Hovey. Hovey skates across the blue line. He's got Jackson in the middle waiting for him. Having a little trouble getting the centering pass, a lot of sticks in the way. Torrey picks it up, skates behind the net, through the circle. He lets one fly, very wide. Bortoluzzi's gonna be able to keep it in. Sends it back along the boards to Hovey. Hovey with a cute little between the legs centering pass to Torrey, and he tries to get it to Jackson, but it's intercepted by Struthers, and Struthers sends it back into the corner. And whoa, that one got away from everyone, bounced along, and George has to just jump on that, stop that play. 16-16 left in the second period. We're gonna have a face-off in the Providence zone. Both teams decide to go for a line change. And again, another fast-moving, smart passing game. Been really fun to watch. These tournaments are a lot of fun. We get to see teams we don't normally get to see. Of course, Providence in a different conference, belonging to, I'm not sure if they're in the, I don't think they're in the Mountain West. They might even be independent, but they're not in the Pac-8. So Utah doesn't get to see them very often, so it's really fun to watch them. Of course, tomorrow Utah will face a Mountain West collegiate hockey team. It'll be Boise State. And the Mountain West team conference is the same league that USU and Weber State, Utah State and Weber State belong to, and Utah gets to see them a lot. So we have an icing call, so the puck's gonna come back the other way. Looks like it'll be to the left of Nowicki. And on the draw, Utah controls. O'Shea sends it around back. Tomczyk on the other side, gets by him though. Providence intercepts. Skates along behind the net, through the circle. Looks like that is number 24. That was Constant. Gets picked off, ending now through the circle. Goes for a wrist shot. Nice blocker save by Jarvis. Then he pokes it loose so it doesn't end up in front of him. Big hit right in front of us between O'Shea and Stevenson. Puck ends up in the corner of the Utah zone. O'Shea's going to get there. Algiers is there. Bellinger tries to center it, but the puck kind of skips out all the way out. Pittman manages to get the puck away from Constant. Then it gets scooped up by Frederick. So he skates it out from his zone. He sends it out to to Bellinger. I think 17 is Bellinger. Nope, I was right the first time, to Alger. Sorry about that, folks. Puck is in the Utah zone in the corner. Worth trying to poke it out. And looks like we're going to have a penalty coming up. It's probably going to be on Utah. And sure enough, Jarvis heads to the bench so that Providence can put an extra skater on the ice. And they're just swarming the net. Nowicki grabs a rebound and wisely hangs on to it because he knows that right now Providence has an extra skater on the ice. A little bit of post-whistle socializing. And I'm pretty sure it's going to be Ryan Worth is going to end up going to the box. Not sure if that's going to be boarding or roughing, but as soon as he put the hit on the Providence player, the official's arm went up. And so now Providence will go on the power play. Yep, boarding is the call. 2 minutes. This is going to be a really important penalty for Utah to kill because they're right now trailing by 1. They really don't want to let that goal differential get much bigger. And Monaco scoops up the puck after the face-off, and he tries to clear it out. Providence tries to keep it in, and then somebody whacks it. Looks like that was Porter, whacks it all the way down to the other end of the ice. Providence collects. Starts a breakout from their own zone. Cross ice, nice cross ice pass, a little bit behind Husley there. And now here comes Providence. They've got 2 coming in. Centering pass gets poked loose by Furlong. Puck is bounced around. Monaco's trying to deflect it. Nowicki's just sliding left to right, managed to keep that goal mouth covered. Puck gets loose again. Now here comes Frederick. He's got support from Bain. Frederick behind the net. And looks like we've got Kaloff parked there in front of the goal. 1 minute, 2 seconds left in the power play. That shot gets deflected off into the corner. Providence another wrist shot, this one right in the chest protector. This time Nowicki's going to cover it up. And Providence putting a lot of pressure on the Utah penalty kill line. Utah doing a good job defending. And looks like both teams are going to go take this opportunity for a line change. We still have 51 seconds left in the power play for Providence. And on the draw, O'Shea is unable to corral it. Providence keeps it in from the point. That's Constant. And then he tries to give a pass out to Alger, but Alger, it's a little too hot to handle, so it tips off Alger's stick into the netting, and so we'll have a face-off. Pittman facing off against Stevenson. Utah wins on the draw, and O'Shea wisely dumps the puck all the way to the other end, knocking a few more seconds off the clock. 34 seconds left in the power play against Utah. Pittman going in there, doing a little bit of back checking just to kill a little bit more time. And now here comes Alger across the blue line, into the corner, out to Constant. Constant back to Alger. Alger skates through the circle. Ooh, cross ice pass. That was a dangerous one. That was number 8. He was wide open. Ballinger was wide open, and Utah managed to clear the puck out. We have 6 seconds left. This might be it. And ooh, great stretch pass ahead to Ballinger. Back to Stevenson, back to Ballinger. Nowicki slides across and saves it, and Utah defense clears the puck out. And now here comes Hovey. He's got a stretch pass to Jackson. Both teams back to full strength. Jackson's got room to skate. And from the high slot, middle slot actually, Jarvis makes a save. Both teams back to full strength. 12:26 left in the second period. Intercepted by Hovey. Skates across the blue line. He's followed by Jackson. And Hovey from the high slot beats Jarvis fair and square over his blocker shoulder on the right side. Utah ties it up 2-2 with 12:20 left in the second period. Wow, Jennifer, this could be a high-scoring game. Both teams are shooting like mad. We've already got 18 shots on goal for Utah, 16 shots on goal for Providence. That's a lot of shots for not even halfway through the game. All right, good job by Hovey there, who realized he had some open ice, and so he took the shot, and it was a laser. That was a bullet. All right, puck ends up in Utah zone. Lynch is back there trying to clear it out, and gets scooped up by Husley, and then picked off, and now here comes Utah again. Hovey to Jackson, back to Hovey. He sends it in deep. And then it's time for a line change because he's been out there a long time on that shift. All right, Providence gathers up the puck. Pass ahead. And that's number 19 of Providence. Tries for a drop pass. It's intercepted by Endy. Endy's got Jackson, so Jackson, Endy go the other way. Centering pass to Endy, and his shot just goes wide. He tried for the one-timer. Torrey's trying to set up there in the low slot. And then Endy has to come all the way out. And here they come again. Endy ends up behind the net. And the puck kind of squirts out. Providence now carries across the neutral zone. And that is number 26. He gets tied up. That's Vanini. Ends up in the corner. Husley's back there trying to dig it out of the corner. Goes back the other way. Vanini sends it back behind the net. Gets scooped up by Kurt. He sends it along the boards and does indeed clear the zone. Providence sends it back in deep so they can change their lineup. Picked up by Bortoluzzi. Bortoluzzi's looking up ahead. Oh, he's looking up ahead to Pittman. Pittman managed to corral that puck and knock it down, but I think he might have unfortunately raised his stick up above the shoulder level to corral that pass. And let's see, yeah, I think that's what it's going to be. It's not going to be a penalty, but of course, if you have people around you when you're trying to corral the puck and you take the blade of your stick above your shoulders, that's going to be a high sticking. So we're going to have a face-off in the Utah zone. Important for Utah not to get caught napping here off of this face-off, this quick face-off. 10:50 left in the second period. Teams tied up. We're back to square one with both teams 2 goals apiece. Providence with setting pass. It's broken up, and so Providence is going to have to come all the way back out. Nice little stick check there by Blyle. And now here comes Providence back the other way. Lacroix across to Monaco. Monaco trying to get it to Pittman, but it gets by him. And now here comes Providence, tries to return the favor. Now they come back the other way. That looks like that's not Bain, sorry, it's number 18, O'Brien. Everybody's skating so fast, I'm afraid that if I look down at the rosters, who's got the puck, I'm gonna miss a play. All right, Monaco skates it through the circle, tries a backhander, hits somebody's stick and ends up behind the net. He picks up his own rebound. Out to the point to Worth. Worth gets by one, ends up behind the net. He's got Lacroix waiting out on the point. And Monaco instead picks it up, keeps it in the zone, sends it back along the boards. Pittman goes back behind the net to go and pick it up. And Providence picks it up. That's O'Brien. He sends a pass up ahead to Checketts, and Checketts got some room to skate, so he carries across the blue line. Nice little drop pass to Robinson. Robinson carries it into the corner. Now he tries to skate behind the net. 2 players go down in a heap. No penalty. Oh, nice cross-ice pass to number 10, Fulton. Utah's really going to have to watch out for that backdoor guy. They have to keep an eye on that guy. One of those is going to go in if Utah is not careful. And Lacroix picks it up. And it gets poked loose, and then Monaco sends it ahead to Furlong, and it gets away from him. 9 minutes, 11 seconds left in the second period. Providence tries to start their breakout. Nice little interception there by Hill. He sends it back in deep. Hill was skating in exactly the right place at the right time. Great heads-up play there. And now here comes Tomacek, also breaking up a pass, a potential lead pass. And instead, we're going to have icing, which means puck's going to go back to the other end of the ice. We've got 8 minutes, 49 seconds left of the period. Shots on goal, pretty even, 18-16. 18 for Utah, 16 for Providence.
Quite a few shots and
yeah,
a lot of pressure on both goalies.
Both goalies are having to really earn their pay today. Absolutely. Look, they hurt us and now they evened up. They're exactly even, 22-22. The scorekeeper hurt us and evened them up. All right, Providence with a chance here. Centering pass, not quite. Stevenson not quite able to handle it. Ends up out at the point. Shot on goal, saved by Nowicki. Ends up on the boards. Torrey's got Hovey. I know he's looking for him, but gets poked loose, and here comes, again, Stevenson whiffs on that pass. Boy, he had a shooting lane, but he just couldn't handle the puck. And now here comes O'Shea. He's got Torrey. He's got Jackson. He crosses the blue line and just goes ahead and let it fly, and it looks like it's going to be offsides. I think maybe he made an extra little turn, which means one of the other white jerseys got in ahead of him. So we'll have a face-off just outside the Providence zone. Yeah, so you're getting a lot of shots on goal, getting your money's worth, I would say. From up here in the broadcast booth, best seats in the house.
Oh yeah, of course.
Of course. All right, Providence controls on the draw, sends it in deep, but it gets picked up by Lynch. He tries to go for a bounce pass up to Weeder, and it's going to come back to Olszewski, out to Kurt. Kurt sends it up ahead, and he's going to have to hustle, and he can't get there in time. It's going to be icing. So they're going to come back to the other end of the ice, and this time it'll be in front of Nowicki. And it looks like it's going to be for Providence. It'll be Husley facing off against Olszewski. Utah controls on the draw. They managed to get the puck out of their zone and ahead to Wiener. Wiener centering pass to Andy. Andy's got a chance. Oh, and I think Jarvis might have got a little piece of that because I thought Andy had an open corner there. All right, now here comes Providence, comes the other way. And that looks like that is 15. Husley sends it across to number 13. That was Frederick. Nowicki makes the first save. Utah picks it up. Now Kurt looks up, realizes he's going to skate across himself, across the neutral zone, dumps it across behind the net. Wiener is trailing. He gets by one, and from the circle, he's centering past to Pittman. Pittman lets one fly. The rebound comes right back out to him, so he goes and whacks at it again. Another save by Jarvis. Pittman sends it along deep. Utah doing a good job of keeping the puck in this zone. Really putting the pressure on Providence right now. Looking very, very aggressive in their offensive zone. Oh, and Olszewski's unable to keep it in. Kind of a weird bounce on that, so he's going to have to bring it back out. Everybody's going to circle out, try and come back in again. He gets it ahead to Worth. Worth is by himself. He's waiting for a little support, and then it goes all the way back. Oh, no, back the other way. It's going to get picked up by number 21. That was Lupolo, and he lets one fly. Nice save by Nowicki, and then we have a little bit of after post whistle activity. Not very much. Ba went in kind of hard into the end boards there. I was looking down to see what Lupolo's number was, and so I just saw him down in a heap, and he is not a small guy. So it looks like no penalty. We're just going to have a face-off here, and it's going to be Lupolo facing off against Pittman for Utah. And on the draw, Utah controls. Lacroix tries to send it up ahead to Blyle, just out of his reach, and Providence tries to bring it back the other way. Nice checking there by Pittman to keep Providence a little bit tangled up and not set up their offense. And Monaco goes for a hit. Worth tries to get it up ahead to Pittman. Instead, he kind of bounces off the defender and carries himself. He's got Blyle waiting for him in the center. He sends it out to the slot, and that is Hovey with a backhander, ends up rebounding into the corner. Worth trying to dig it out. It's going to get picked up by Checkets. He sends it up along the boards. Picked up by Monaco, bounces back in. Right in front of Torrey. Torrey's got help. Hovey's going to be following, trailing. Hovey lets it loose with a wrist shot that's a little bit high off the glass. We got 5 minutes, 41 seconds left in the second period. Both teams pressing hard. Both teams looking very sharp. And of course, both teams obviously want to win. All right, Utah trying to get the puck out. Nice little pass ahead from Jackson to Torrey. And Jackson follows up along with Hovey. We got Tomacek there as well. And Hovey skates right on top of Jarvis, makes a shot, and Jarvis covers it up. Utah doing a pretty good job in this last couple of possessions to really just put the pressure, I think, on Providence in their zone. All righty, face off to the right of Jarvis. And on the draw, Providence recovers. Sets up behind their own net. Cross ice pass to the streaking, that's number 11, Stevenson, but out of his reach. And he's being checked hard by O'Shea. Picked up by Wiener now. Now here comes Wiener. Now Wiener's got some speed. He gets by one, gets by two. He's got open room to rumble. He carries across the blue line going end to end here in the circle. He's got Kurt waiting for him, and he does indeed drop it back to Kurt. Kurt Gets it back to Wiener. Now Indy's got it. He's going to circle around, go for a little wraparound action. And now he's got Lynch waiting from the high slot. He lets one fly, saved by Jarvis. Utah really pushing hard on this one, putting a lot of pressure on Providence defense and a lot of pressure on Jarvis. Oh, and there was almost an interception chance by Kurt. Finally, Providence sends it up to Stevens. And that pass goes straight to O'Shea. I don't think he meant to do that. And now O'Shea carries it back the other way. Carries it through the circle, and Providence manages to stick it away. Husley carries it around, carries it into the Utah zone. Bounces around, gets set around along the boards by Montgomery. He sends it out to Frederick. Frederick goes for a centering pass that hits somebody's stick and goes high up into the netting. So we'll just have a face-off here in the Utah zone. Looks like they're going to carry it over to the right side of Nowicki. And looks like that'll be Husley for Providence, facing off against Blyle for Utah. We've got just under 4 minutes, 2 seconds under 4 minutes left in the second period, and oops, somebody is encroaching on the circle, so we'll probably have a do-over. I'm not sure who got the warning. And on the draw, Providence recovers, but it bounces off of Blyle's skate and then bounces in front of him, but he's not going to be able to get there in time. Boy, that thing really traveled after it bounced off his shin guards. Pittman's going to try and keep it in, though. Blyle's still back there, trying to keep that puck in, and Providence finally sends it out across to Montgomery. He drops a pass off to Alger. Oh, sorry, to Husley. Husley, back to Montgomery. Now he's going to get tied up. Puck ends up in the corner. It's going to get scooped up by Fulton. And he lets one fly, and so Nowicki's going to, whoa, Nowicki's going to hold on to it. And I don't know what happened right there between Montgomery and Worth, but Montgomery just hauled off and leveled Worth, sent him flying backwards. They were just standing there, probably yapping at each other. That's probably going to be a penalty, a retaliation penalty. So that would be Dante Montgomery. He's going to go in. 2 minutes. I believe 2 minutes. I don't know the official. Like I said, I don't really know what happened. It was after the whistle, so play had already stopped, and I just looked up in time to see Ryan flying backwards and landing backwards on the ice. So it is going to be 2 minutes for roughing, and Utah has a very important power play. We've got 3 minutes, 26 seconds, 3 minutes, 26 seconds left in this second period. It'd be great if you could cash in and get a power play goal on this opportunity. All right, Utah unable to keep it in. O'Shea corrals it, sends it ahead to Wiener. He circles around, crosses the ice, being trailed by O'Shea and Jackson. Centering pass to Jackson. Now to Wiener. Utah doing a little bit of cycling there, and then from the slot, Shea's got room, so he lets fly. He's got a great wrist shot, saved by Jarvis. Wiener dumps it in to the waiting Torrey, unable to deflect it in. Andy out to the point to O'Shea. O'Shea back to Andy. And they swap positions. O'Shea with a one-timer. It doesn't, oh my goodness. O'Shea had a one-timer, a beautiful one-timer from high slot. He didn't quite get all of it, so I was thinking Jarvis would make a save, but I think what happened is it kind of had some funny English, and it kind of knuckled on Jarvis and skipped over his leg pad. So Utah does indeed score the power play goal at 2:48 and take the lead 3-2. This is huge for Utah. And it was a great setup all the way. Utah's power play team was really clicking on all cylinders. The passes were going well. The cycling was going just like you hope for in practice, and paid off with a goal for Utah, the go-ahead goal for Utah. All right, on the draw, Providence controls. Alger carries across the blue line, but it gets, oh, he tries to carry it across the blue line. I spoke too soon, and now Monaco. Oh, lead pass ahead to Hovey, a little bit too much on it. Gets by him. Gonna get picked up by Frederick behind his own net. Now he tries to go for a lead pass, and he hits Alger right on the blade of the stick, being defended hard by Lacroix. And Alger's shot goes very high. I think in large part to the tough defense by Lacroix there. And now intercepted there by Jackson. He tries to send it ahead to Torrey, and Torrey's going to get there. Is he going to get there first? He does. He's got 2 white jerseys. He goes for the shot, goes up high off the glass. Utah doing a really good job of keeping the pressure on Providence. Providence are looking a little bit like they're on their heels right now, which I'm sure they weren't expecting. I think that that goal really fired Utah up. It was a pretty goal, and I think Utah's looking very, very motivated right now to add an insurance goal to their lead. All right, on the whistle. Providence controls behind their own net. Fulton having a little bit of trouble getting it back to Husley. Husley with a lead pass all the way up ahead to Kaloff. And Kaloff tries to go for a centering pass, but it's picked off by Andy. Andy still behind the net. Being checked hard there by Bain. Finally, Utah comes up with it. I think that was Bortoluzzi, sends it in deep. I think that's going to be icing, though, because both teams are even strength, so a little bit too much mustard on that one. So we're going to come all the way back into the Utah zone. We're going to have a face-off. Looks like it'll be to the left of Nowicki. And it'll be Husley facing off against Endy for Utah. And on the draw, oh, there was a little bit of a mistake there. Fulton didn't quite get all of his blade on that pass, and now here comes Kurt. He goes for a hard slap shot that was kind of wide, but Jarvis decides no point in taking any chances. He blocks it away, and it goes into the netting. So we'll have a face-off now on the other end of the ice. And it'll be Andy and Husley again, this time, though, in the Providence zone. And on the draw, Fulton picks it up, sends it along behind the net. Providence kind of tries to flip it up over the blue line, but it's intercepted by Bortoluzzi, and now it's intercepted by, I think that's Porter. And he skates it along. Oh, sorry. A little bit of miscommunication there. Sorry, that was Wiener. A little miscommunication by the Utes. They have to come back out and regroup. And then, ooh, Lynch kind of got his cross-ice pass picked off. And so Providence with an excellent opportunity, but great defense by Pittman, who comes home to help out his defenders and ride that Providence player off the puck. And Utah now scrambling a little bit as Providence has had 3 shots on goal in this one little charge, all caused by that broken play. Time is ticking down. We're now 34 seconds left, and Nowicki makes a save and decides to jump on it. I think that's good, kind of stop action and slow down the pace because Providence is really pressing. 31 seconds left in the period. Utah with a 1-goal lead now, ahead of Providence.
Quite a few saves for Nowicki.
Yeah, Nowicki's been very, very busy. He's probably going to have like little bruises all over his body by the time we get done today.
I mean, both teams are putting pressure on right now, but I feel like Utah had some energy after that last goal.
Right. You can really see him pick up, right? Like, it's like really perked him up. Oh, Blyle almost had a second chance at that shot, a follow-up on that one. Now here comes Providence the other way. Nice defense by O'Shea. He rides that defender right into the corner. Oh, wow. Great save by Nowicki, and great defense by Tomacek to make sure that that rebound didn't end up right in front of him. Another save by Nowicki. And as the period ends, wow, what a flurry by Providence, really pressing hard in those last 30 seconds. Both teams will go back into the locker room for the second intermission. And when we come back for the third period, Utah will have a 1-goal lead, and we have a little bit of post-whistle activity. And one of the things that we should mention, remember last night, one of the things that got Utah in trouble, the 2-goal difference, was 2 power play goals when Utah ended up in the box. So Utah has to be very careful that they don't make that mistake tonight, because Providence will definitely capitalize on that.
Gotta watch those penalties.
Gotta watch those penalties, boy. Play physical, but don't get caught. All right, folks, we're gonna have a break as well. We will see you for the third period. This has been a really fun game to watch. Be sure to tune back in for the third period.
Thanks for calling the Salt Lake Visitor Center. If you have any questions, please leave a message and we'll get back to you.
Hello! I tell you what, I'm just going to put you on speaker. All right, a little about me. I'm a bit of a phenomenal skier, so I want to take my family on a vacay, which is short for vacation. Hope you don't mind the abbreviations. I'm just short of time today, so I need to sort of hurry things along. Just a few simple questions for you. They call Salt Lake Ski City, but you do ski in the mountains, right? I'm just picturing myself skiing down the sidewalk there next to the shops. Knowing my luck, I'll do one of my big flips and end up in the traffic. So I don't want that to be the case. Look, I've got to go. You're really keeping me here. Although I will say, I'm going to see your Utah Jazz play a basketball game. And I've heard there's a couple of Australians in the team. So here's my question. Are they causing you any trouble? I just had a thought. The average snowfall near Salt Lake is 500 inches. If I was to utilise all of that to build a giant snow person, would that be majestic or a bit scary? Oh, hey, listen, just quietly. I'm a big family guy. You know that, I've told you that. But after a few days with them, I'm going to need a drink. That's legal, right? I hear Utah has the youngest population of any state. So if I was to head down to one of your hot rockin' clubs or a social event, would there be a youth person in there that might be able to explain Snapchat to me? My kids just won't do it. Now, I've heard there's a bit of a Sharks versus Jets rivalry between the skiers and the snowboarders. And if I made that movie, would you watch it? Ooh, when was your last Yeti sighting? Are you getting all this, by the way? I'm assuming you can rewind. The Utah state bird is a California gull. I mean, even you've got to admit that is confusing. I guess that's more of a statement than a question, but still I thought I'd bring it up. Now, your Ski City Super Pass, I take it that's part of the Marvel Universe. If I get that, will people call me the Winter Soldier Man? I really wish you could see this. All right, well, this will be costing me, so I better go. Thanks for everything. Bye.
This is Beth from the Salt Lake Visitor Center calling you back to answer your questions. First off, yes, you can absolutely drink here. We'd prefer if you ski in the mountains, and I'm happy to call you Winter Soldier.
My name is Marguerite Van Komen, and I'm a snowbird ski patrolman. My dog's name is Frank. What a good boy, huh? What a good boy you are. I start every morning waking up and having breakfast with the dog, and then we finish every day having dinner together, but everything in the middle changes. We train them using their own instincts, so instead of hunt for dinner, they're hunting for humans. A lot of thought goes into choosing these dogs. Number one, they've got to be able to handle the cold. Number two, they got to be pretty hardy. And three, we're looking for very high drive dogs. The dog that is going to chew your sofa up at home, we want that dog. The people, the mountain at Snowbird, it's just special. And everything you want to do is here in Salt Lake. Get off the plane, grab your gear from the luggage cart, and within 30 to 45 minutes, you're up here and skiing on snow. You know, Salt Lake is super unique. We have 4 full seasons. So you can come up, ski all morning till the snow gets a little too smushy, and then you go and hit 18 at the golf course at the bottom of the mouth, and then you can go out for a wonderful dinner and see theater. It's amazing how much you can fit into your day. And not only do we have everything that you want to do, but we have great people to do it with. Everyone wants to be outdoors, happy, and go and play. Every day is different, and I love that. I love showing up to work and going, what is on the plate today? Snowbird is my family, and Salt Lake is my home, and Frank is a great part of that. My name is Marguerite Van Komen. I'm a Snowbird ski patrolman, and I am Salt Lake.
Welcome to the Rocky Mountains.
Welcome to open trails and new vistas.
Welcome to stunning Red Rock.
Welcome to the greatest snow on earth.
By the tree of broken glass, where the home
Welcome to Game Day Fun.
anything could last. So let's go and take the words that we know.
Welcome to the party!
Of thoughtful dreams. But if you listen, you can still hear
Welcome to Pac-12 Sports.
our names, calling out our names.
Welcome to world-class research.
We'll keep on standing tall. This world is in our hands. So get up and grab your
Welcome to the arts.
have no trip. We are tough as nails. Come on, this is our land.
Welcome to real-world experiences.
We can go to the bridge that crosses over fear.
Welcome to a great education.
Love and what it does to those they hold near. So let's run till the water.
Welcome to new friends.
We can toss our worries far away from our hearts. And if you listen,
Welcome to the time of your life.
not hear them calling out our names, calling out our
Welcome to all you can imagine.
Though we might faint and fall, we'll keep on standing tall. This world is in our hands. So get up and grab and walk and see. Those gray clouds look close, but we have come and gone.
Welcome to the University of Utah.
So get up and grab and walk and see.
Thanks for calling the Salt Lake Visitor Center. If you have any questions, please leave a message and we'll get back to you.
Hello! I tell you what, I'm just going to put you on speaker. All right, a little about me. I'm a bit of a phenomenal skier, so I want to take my family on a vacay, which is short for vacation. Hope you don't mind the abbreviations. I'm just short of time today, so I need to sort of hurry things along. Just a few simple questions for you. They call Salt Lake Ski City, but you do ski in the mountains, right? I'm just picturing myself skiing down the sidewalk there next to the shops. Knowing my luck, I'll do one of my big flips and end up in the traffic. So I don't want that to be the case. Look, I've got to go. You're really keeping me here. Although I will say, I'm going to see your Utah Jazz play a basketball game. And I've heard there's a couple of Australians in the team. So here's my question. Are they causing you any trouble? I just had a thought. The average snowfall near Salt Lake is 500 inches. If I was to utilise all of that to build a giant snow person, would that be majestic or a bit scary? Oh, hey, listen, just quietly. I'm a big family guy. You know that, I've told you that. But after a few days with them, I'm going to need a drink. That's legal, right? I hear Utah has the youngest population of any state. So if I was to head down to one of your hot rockin' clubs or a social event, would there be a youth person in there that might be able to explain Snapchat to me? My kids just won't do it. Now, I've heard there's a bit of a Sharks versus Jets rivalry between the skiers and the snowboarders. And if I made that movie, would you watch it? Oh, when was your last Yeti sighting? Are you getting all this, by the way? I'm assuming you can rewind. The Utah state bird is a California gull. I mean, even you've got to admit that is confusing. I guess that's more of a statement than a question, but still I thought I'd bring it up. Now, your Ski City Super Pass, I take it that's part of the Marvel Universe. If I get that, will people call me the Winter Soldier Man? I really wish you could see this. All right, well, this will be costing me, so I better go. Thanks for everything. Bye.
Hi, this is Beth from the Salt Lake Visitor Center calling you back to answer your questions. First off, yes, you can absolutely drink here. We'd prefer if you ski in the mountains, and I'm happy to call you Winter Soldier.
My name is Marguerite Van Komen, and I'm a snowbird ski patrolman. My dog's name is Frank. What a good boy, huh? What a good boy you are. I start every morning waking up and having breakfast with the dog, and then we finish every day having dinner together, but everything in the middle changes. We train them using their own instincts, so instead of hunt for dinner, they're hunting for humans. A lot of thought goes into choosing these dogs. Number one, they've got to be able to handle the cold. Number two, they got to be pretty hardy. And three, we're looking for very high drive dogs. The dog that is going to chew your sofa up at home, we want that dog. The people, the mountain at Snowbird, it's just special. And everything you want to do is here in Salt Lake. Get off the plane, grab your gear from the luggage cart, and within 30 to 45 minutes, you're up here and skiing on snow. You know, Salt Lake is super unique. We have 4 full seasons. So you can come up, ski all morning till the snow gets a little too smushy, and then you go and hit 18 at the golf course at the bottom of the mouth, and then you can go out for a wonderful dinner and see theater. It's amazing how much you can fit into your day. And not only do we have everything that you want to do, but we have great people to do it with. Everyone wants to be outdoors, happy, and go and play. Every day.
simplified parking.
University of Utah football game. There's a very good chance you were.
My name is Marguerite Van
Salt Lake
Komen, and I'm a
Spur
snowbird
for the-
ski patrolman.
this game
My dog's name is
of Guardsman Way, so we're happy to be very close to campus. I guess you could say on campus, and have a premier ice rink on campus for our skating utes.
Absolutely. All right, and both teams pretty much pick up where they left off at the end of the second period. They are skating fast and hard. We've already had some action back and forth, and now here comes Wiener, and boy, he lets one fly. He crossed the blue line. He's got some room, and he winds up with a slap shot. Jarvis makes the save. We still have the same goalies. Looks like it'll be Jarvis for Providence and Nowicki, of course, for Utah. And of course, they've switched sides again for the third period. And on that save, we're going to have a face-off in the Providence zone. Andy facing off against team captain Stevenson. The two team captains facing off. Tomacek from the point. Utah setting something up. Andy goes down in a heap. Wiener sends it on deep. Looks like that's Kurt back there trying to pick it up. Stevenson pokes it loose. He sends it across to Bellinger. Nice poke check by Tomacek, but it gets scooped up by Stevenson again, and he carries it in behind the net. Looking for a little wraparound action. And his centering pass bounces off of a Utah skate, and now here comes O'Shea the other way. He dumps it in. And again, Utah managed to pick it up. Kurt out to O'Shea. Now he's got a wrist shot. He's got a good one. Oh man, right in the chest protector. I guarantee you Jarvis felt that one because O'Shea can shoot. And as I said, Jarvis is kind of going, man, I think that was my collarbone. He's shaking it off, but oh my gosh, I would not want to be on the other end of an O'Shea shot. And that was a wrist shot. That's not even a slap shot. All right, Pittman's going to face off for Utah. And on the draw, it's going to get away from Utah. And here comes, that's number 18, that's O'Brien. He carries across the line, sends it around, wraps it all around, but a little bit too hard. It goes all the way the other way, so now it's going to be Worth and Checkets behind the Providence net. Blyle sends it back to Worth. It's going to go all the way across the other end. Lynch keeps it in. He's got Worth waiting for him in the middle slot. Bortoluzzi sends it in, but it hits a skate. Oh, sorry, that was Pittman. No, it was Bortoluzzi. Pittman and Bortoluzzi switching sides. All right, here comes Lynch. Out to Blyle. Blyle flings it in there for a waiting Worth who gets his stick tied up. It's unable. Oh, and Worth boy, that was hard work all the way. He earned that one. He had his stick tied up, so he missed the first deflection. It bounced out. He got his stick loose. Backhands in it. Jarvis didn't have a chance.
I'm sure he was very surprised to find that puck on his backhand the second time. I mean, it's like right there. It's like, oh, wow, might as well just lift it right over the goaltender's pad.
He managed to wrench his stick loose just in time to look down and go, oh, look what I found. Thank you very much.
That's a nice backhand shot right over his pad, and for Utah, it's great. I mean, that's 3 unanswered goals.
And I love how Worth stood his ground there in the crease because they were trying to clear him out. They weren't just tangling him, but they're trying to clear him out. He had 2 defenders there, and he fought his way, got his stick loose, and yeah, as Patrick says, that is a 2-goal lead for Utah at 17:34 in the third period.
And of course, you have Providence calling a timeout because they're probably more or less floored. I mean,
they've
really,
got to be pretty surprised.
They maintained a lead, and now Utah taking that lead and opening it up to 2 goals. They're looking like a much more complete team today than they did yesterday, and it's amazing because on paper this team is much better than the team they played yesterday. But
and I would say, looking at them, I think they're a better team than Grand Canyon. But for some reason, Grand Canyon had Utah's number last night. Kudos to them. It would be great for Utah to hang on to this lead and beat the number 5 team in the WCHA West. All right. And on the draw, Utah controls, but it looks like we have a quick whistle right after. Something must have gone wrong with the face-off. I don't know. Even the officials are kind of looking around like, That was interesting. So we're going to have a do-over. Hill for Utah facing off against Checketts for Providence. And the puck squirts out. And Olszewski sends it up deep. Furlong unable to corral it, but Hill's back there in the back. Trying to get that. Oh, and he goes down in a heap. And the puck squirts out. It's going to get picked up by Struthers. He sends a long lead pass, but it ends up just going straight to, looks like Lacroix. Oh, and here's Providence with a chance. Wow. Great save by Nowicki on that wrist shot by Kalaf, who was right on top of him. It was a cross-ice pass. He had to slide from his right to his left, and he makes the save. Nowicki's been awesome. And Kalaf says, well, I'm going to just try it again. So he skates around behind the net, out to the point. And, oh, wow, that was a shot on goal. Nowicki makes a save, and somebody clears it out. I think he's going to clear it out a little too far. We're going to have an icing call. And as the teams skate back, oh, and Utah's trying to change lines, but can't do that on an icing call. So the officials skating to make sure that the right people are on the ice, who are the people who were there when the icing was committed. And as the teams gather back up for the face-off, we want to give a shout-out to Rebecca Pittman. We know you're watching. We hear there are going to be a whole bunch of people coming over to celebrate the barbecue, post-game barbecue, and we want to wish you well. Thanks for coming out. I did get to meet the Pittman family last night. That was a lot of fun. Chatting away, and now I know where Reed gets his height from, because I believe his mom is nearly as tall as his dad, and his dad is tall. All right, Utah now scrambling and putting the pressure on the Providence defense. And coming back the other way is Providence. That's Alger. Skates across the line. He goes for the center pass. Broken up by Jackson. And, oh, wow, quick one-timer there by number 24. That's Constant. And the puck trickles away, so Providence is going to have to skate back out and regroup. Ooh, intercepted by Jackson. Oh, and he tries to get the pass ahead to Hovey, but it's a little bit out of his reach. Torrey's in there trying to keep that puck in. Stevenson's getting checked hard. Finally, he managed to get the puck out loose, and now we've got a 3-on-2. We have a delayed penalty, and I believe that's going to be on Utah. So Jarvis heads to the bench, and I think that's that tie-up down there over by the Providence bench. A couple of players getting tangled up there. Looks like Stevenson was one of them. And it means Mr. Torrey is going to go head into the bench. He's trying to plead his case, but of course, that is not going to work, and he's going to be sitting down for 2 minutes. We have 2 Utah players. Oh, this is a tough one. Hovey and Torrey, one of them for slashing, one of them for hooking. This is going to be a tough one because Providence is too good to give up a chance with a 2-player advantage.
I like the way Providence came in on that 3-on-2, the way they set that up. They had a trailing man that they were able to dish the puck backwards to him. He wasn't able to get a shot. It was well defended by Utah. They could kind of see it working, but if Providence is able to make that happen a little bit quicker, that's a pretty good way to go about a 3-on-2. You don't want to necessarily drive all your force towards the net. You can drop that pass back. You saw that there, but Utah did a good job defending it. Now they've got to defend this power play.
All right, shot on goal by Husley. Glove save by Nowicki. And Utah really is going to have to stay on their toes because Providence will definitely be looking to press hard and look for Utah to make a mistake. All right, Providence keeps it in, sends it in on goal. Ooh, and there, sure enough, there's Kalaf in there for the tip, but instead it goes up high into the netting. So we'll have a face-off. And both teams, or at least Providence, decides to go for a line change. Looks like Utah's going to stick with the same 3 for now.
Yeah, Utah surrendered a goal last night on the 5-on-3, so obviously, you know, it's like I said last night, there's only so much you can do sometimes when there's a 5-on-3. I mean, you've got 2 extra men against you on the ice, but Utah's going to need to defend this because Providence is going to try and come storming back in this game, and this is the best chance they'll probably get.
Absolutely.
To get a goal back.
Absolutely, and you know, that was one of the things that we sort of Jennifer and I were talking about early in the game is that Utah made the mistake because that 2-goal difference, the win of 2 goals was 2 power play goals. Utah has to stay out of the box. Constant, back out to the point. Back to Constant. Into the corner. Alger dumps it in towards the net, but it gets deflected wide. 48 seconds left in the 2-person advantage. Slap shot by Constant. Blocker saved by Nowicki. Puck is still in the corner, still in Utah zone. Alger down to Constant, tries to skate it in, centering pass. We got a one-timer, wow! Andy sacrificed his body and blocked that shot from Alger. And now back and forth and a one-timer now, this time from Constant from the other side, and that one actually goes high and wide off the glass.
I mean,
Stevenson
look
sends
at
it in, one-timer.
Oh my goodness.
Wow, Alger misses the goal completely. He's gonna want that one back.
Look at the movement on this power play from Providence. Oh my goodness, it's almost as good as it gets.
3-player offsides. That is a complete mental mistake by Providence.
And the fans here are happy about that, but I mean,
yeah, we
man,
can hear the Utah side
Providence
over here just
was
cheering.
moving that puck so well. I mean, they were able to string passes. I mean, it's their own fault they didn't score there. I mean, there was a wide open net. And
Nowicki looked like those special effects where you see like the multiple exposure, double exposure, multiple exposure and movement, because he had to slide left and right so many times.
But yeah, you can see the movement on that power play there from Providence, and Utah successfully kills that penalty. But I mean, the movement was just unbelievable. They were able to find time and space and get quick shots off. It's the speed that kills. I said it last night. So, I mean, if you're Utah, please stay out of the box.
Boy, it's like I was like nail biting up here watching this. All right, Utah teams is Patrick said both teams back to full strength, and that shot goes wide. Providence really putting the pressure on Utah, even though that Utah's back to even strength. Providence is treating this. They sure are acting like it's a player advantage. And now here comes Torrey the other way, trying to get to Pittman. Instead, he goes down in a heap. He goes back up. And we have a delayed penalty this time going to be on Providence, so Nowicki heads to the bench, and Utah managed to control it until finally Providence touches it up, so now Utah gets a chance to return the favor. We got a little scuffle right in front of the Providence bench. I really wish I could just tell them to just skate away, boys. Just skate away.
Yeah,
you're getting a gift here. Please don't make it even up.
This will probably be a trip against Providence. That'd be my guess. Wait for the official. Yeah, so that's a minor for tripping against Providence. So Utah will get a 2-minute power play.
Jamal Kaloff sits for 2 minutes.
You can get, go completely 180 degrees here and get a goal and more or less give yourself a pretty big lead as this game is waning towards its end. And I mean, for Utah, they defended successfully a 5-on-3 and now a chance to take a 3-goal lead.
And I think it's important to remember that 2-goal lead is not very much against this Providence team. There's still plenty of time to play.
A lot of Canadian players on this Providence team, but I mean, that's to be expected. They're pretty close to that northern border up there.
Yeah, a lot of them from Alberta and Manitoba.
Yes, a lot, and I mean that's very close by. So it's a very talented team for
Great Falls, which is in the middle of nowhere in Montana.
Right, yep, very talented team.
Great Falls, a couple of years ago, before Major League Baseball condensed all their minor league affiliates, had a Dodgers rookie team affiliate, short season affiliate. They might be still playing in Great Falls as an independent league, but there's not a whole lot else in Great Falls.
Besides these Argos that
the University of Providence.
Right. And yeah, I mean, top team in the ACHA Western region, top 5 team that is, and
regularly a top team. I mean, another one of those programs that they're regularly up in the top 10.
Yeah, they'll be making a run for the national tournament this year,
without a doubt. All right, that one gets broken up, and then Monaco breaks it up. Kurt breaks it up. Really good active stick checking going on here. 37 seconds left in the power play. Nowicki has to make a save. Boy, Providence is not playing like they got a player down. They're a player short. And then flings it down to the other end. 24 seconds left in the Utah power play. Monaco skates with speed. Cross ice pass to Pittman. Nice little move there. Skate to stick. Beautiful move. Stops in the circle. Back to the point. Looks like that is to Kurt. Back to Hill behind the net, and time is running out. On the power play, Hill back to Pittman. And both teams back to full strength. Kalaf comes out, joins the party. Ooh, wrist shot there, goes a little wide. And on the whistle, the puck goes out of play, so both teams who have been skating pretty hard this shift gonna change it up. We've got just over half of the period left to play. 10 minutes, 29 seconds left in this game. Utah with a 2-goal lead against Providence. And now here comes Providence the other way. It's gonna be Husley. He tries to get a pass up ahead to his teammate, but it gets knocked loose and knocked away from him. Now it's going to be behind the net. Lynch is back there. He sends it up to Porter. And oh, Porter makes a mistake there. He's trying to get it up. He probably should have sent it along the boards, but he's trying to get it out. Instead sends it across the middle. And it gets picked up by, I think that was Husley again, who immediately shoots on goal. You got to make sure you don't make mistakes like that. So we'll have a face-off in the Utah zone. Jennifer and I are also commenting that both goalies are going to have bruise marks all over their bodies after today. Been a lot of shots on goal. All right, puck is still kind of getting bounced along the boards, and finally it cuts loose, squirts by. Hill's going to go for a race. He's being pursued hard by Constant. They both get there about the same time. And now here comes Providence the other way. He goes for a lead pass. Husley trailing behind, that looks like number 8. He goes for the shot that goes off the side of the net. That was Bellinger. And now here comes Utah back the other way. And it looks like that is Tomacek. Oh, nope, sorry, Bortoluzzi. Sorry, Boots. And we have another delayed penalty coming up. That's going to be against Providence. That's probably going to be boarding. That's going to be my guess.
Yeah. That's an easy one to call right there.
Yeah. Boots had his head down looking for the puck, and the Providence player came up right behind him and slam bam. And that looks to be, is that number 10? I think that's number 10. Zach Fulton is going to sit for 2 minutes for boarding. So Utah with another power play opportunity. I'd really like to see a goal right here. I'm assuming everyone else on the Utah side would also like to see the goal on this power play. All right, so Andy facing off against Stevenson. And Utah controls. Cross ice pass to Andy, and boy, man, he had a great opportunity with that. A little bit low, maybe. He probably had a couple of the upper corners, but Jarvis makes a very nice save, and now we'll have a face-off on the other side.
Yeah, Jarvis, really nice save. If you're Andy, yeah, you want to bring that up a little bit higher, you know, above his shoulders where it's harder for him to get that. But nonetheless, either way, Jarvis makes a good save in that circumstance. It was just him and Andy, and it was a nice save.
Puck gets away from Wiener, so now Providence with a chance. Oh, man, I think Nowicki got screened on that one by his own player. He saw the, I'm going to guess it's Alger. Anyway, he saw Alger coming down, and he was setting up for him, and just then the Utah defense cut in front of him, and I think they accidentally screened Nowicki. So Providence gets within one, 4-3, with 9 minutes left in the period.
Nonetheless, it's still a really nice wrist shot there.
Yes.
From Alger. I mean,
and a shorthanded goal. Sorry, go ahead.
He uses, I mean, just quick wrists there, and I mean, yeah, Utah screens their own goaltender, but that's also, I mean, intentional from Providence. They, you know, the way you bring in the puck and you skate it up, you're going to try and find a way to make that defender be in the line of your shot, and Alger did just that, and he just fired a quick wrister, and it goes 5-1 to Nowicki. That's, I mean, credit to Providence too. Alger, that's a nice play by him. Not only did he force a screening of Nowicki, but he's able to fire a really quick wrister, and now they're within one, and Utah's got to watch out here because this team's going to pounce.
You bet. And, you know, it's the kind of play you would expect, a heads-up play like that, like you said, eyes wide open from Providence. Alger being the second highest scorer on the team. Just a couple points below Stevenson. That one goes all the way through. Utah still has 56 seconds on their power play. Plenty of time to make something happen. Jarvis makes another save. And Utah decides to change up their power play line, which I think is a good idea. Get some fresh legs and fresh eyes out there. 53 seconds left in the power play. Still plenty of time for Utah to set something up. And it looks like they're going to set up on the opposite side, the other circle. So, Hovey for Utah, facing off against Stevenson for Providence. And Providence is going to control on the draw. They're going to try and wrap that around. Worth keeps it in. He tries to keep it in. Monaco's trailing, scoops it up. We have another penalty coming up. Unfortunately, I think that's going to be against Utah. I was looking at the play, so I did not see the penalty committed. And it's going to be on Ryan Worth. And it's going to be elbowing. So I was looking way up ice. I didn't see the play, but Utah's going to be really careful about that kind of stuff. They, give up the man advantage now. And then following 43 seconds, Utah will have to play shorthanded for a, minute 17? Minute and 17 seconds? That's a long time. All right, here we go. Providence with a wide open chance. Looks like it got tipped by Nowicki. Providence with another stick save by Nowicki. And the puck finally dribbles loose. Providence doesn't waste any time to come right back in. Oh, a nice deflection there by Monaco, breaking up that pass play. It's going to get scooped up by McCary in his own zone, trying to get it up ahead to Frederick. Instead, he wraps around to the other side to Frederick behind his net. 7 seconds left in the penalty against Providence. Stevenson carries it up across the blue line. He's being trailed by Frederick, and now Providence has 5 players, and wow, here's a chance for Furlong, and he's got, looks like that is Lacroix following up. Wow, nice save. Oh, and it came right back to him, but he got his stick tied up. He's still trying to whack at that. Nice save by Jarvis there. Kurt sends it back in. Utah playing a player down, of course. 52 seconds left in that penalty. Now here comes Providence. They're going to regroup, come back the other way. Constant out to the point, drops pass at the point, centering pass broken up by O'Shea. Smart heads up play by O'Shea. Not only does he break up the play, but he sends puck out of the zone. So Providence has to come back out and go back in. All right, puck bounced around behind the net. Tomacek managed to clear the zone, get it out. It's going to get picked up in his own zone by Bellinger. He's being trailed by Pittman. A nice little break up there by Torrey, who sticks a stick in the way. Just kind of killing some time.
That's the name of the game for Utah. Play keep away, kill some time. I mean, obviously, you're up 1 goal, so, you're probably still going to attack a little bit, but there's no shame in just, playing a little bit of keep away and burning as much time as possible as they're able to get back to full strength here.
And Torrey does exactly that and burned up the last 9 or 10 seconds of that penalty. And now we definitely got a scrum going on here after the whistle. Somebody's going to go to the box.
Yeah, Torrey was already on the ground, and a Providence player kind of shoved his face towards the ground. That's not very classy, but
also he was kind of like the 3rd guy in the pile, like he came in kind of late.
Well, he was already down, and then a player just shoved him further down, and he might go to the box here for some sort of retaliation. But I'm not sure who shoved him down. But
we got opposing penalties, so Torrey's also going to go into the box. So it'll be 2 minutes for roughing against Torrey, and also against. He's leaned up against the. Oh, that looks like it's number 10, Zach Fulton. So offsetting penalties for Utah and Providence, so we'll have a little bit of 4-on-4 skating. Utah still leading by 1. We have 5 minutes, 50 seconds left in this period to play, so important penalty kill for Utah. I mean, they're 4-on-4, but important play here where Utah really doesn't want to start opening up some little opportunity, a little crack in the armor to give Providence an opportunity to tie this game up. Tempers are getting a little hot, I'd say, right? A little bit more of an emotional game today.
Yeah, I mean, considering Providence is a bounce away from being in this game, I mean, 5 minutes and 50 seconds remaining. I mean, it's anyone's game at this point in time. And if you're Utah, winning regulation here is really what you need.
Right, you don't want to go into overtime for points' sake. All right, pass to Alger from the circle, and then a one-time clapper by McCary. Stick save, deflected up into the net by Nowicki. We've got the Montana State and Utah women warming up on the concourse and down on the runway, getting ready for their game, which is going to be following this one, approximately 4:30, but following this men's 2 game. And then don't forget the headliner this evening at 7:30, the Utah men's D1 team will be hosting University of Arizona, and that should also be a very, very closely contested game.
Utah looking to avenge 2 losses that were handed to them in Tucson.
Early in the season.
Yep, first weekend of the season, late September. Should be a fantastic contest, hopefully as good as this one is.
All right, a little bit of scrambling here. Nice poke check there by Lynch to break up that scoring, that shooting possibility.
Wow, I mean, that was, for Utah, you just left Jacob Stevenson wide open. I mean, he had all the time in the world.
The leading scorer of Providence was standing there face to face with Nowicki and nobody else.
Wide open. I mean, the puck was just sent to the opposite side. I mean, obviously 4-on-4, there's more ice to skate with, especially on the Olympic-sized sheet. But I mean, you can't let that happen. Wide open, plenty of time. Was able to fire a shot off. Thankfully for Utah, Nowicki able to keep it out. But man, he was wide open and he had a lot of time. And the way this team passes the puck and they move the puck, I'm pretty impressed with it. They're obviously, I mean, they're better than Grand Canyon, like in terms of on paper, but I think they are. Grand Canyon was very good at that too last night. So, I mean, that matches up well with Utah because they're a team that can pass well too, but still, you can't let him be wide open right there. And if you do it again, they might make you pay for it.
Right. I think the only reason that didn't go in, and not to mention Nowicki had to make the second save off the rebound. The only reason we don't have a goal on that play is Nowicki. All right. Oh, and wow. And there it finally goes in. That's exactly what you're talking about. It's number 10, Zach Fulton. He followed up on that rebound shot by Husley. Nowicki, there was no way he was going to be able to corral that because he was kind of off balance trying to make the first save. And here we go, tie game.
Yeah, I mean, if rewind the broadcast here on YouTube, just rewind it back about 30 seconds. Because we can't give you replay, unfortunately, right now. But what a nice play there by number 10, Zachary Fulton. The puck's bouncing around. He kicks it to the blade of his stick, and he's able to get a wrist shot off. The small little kick there was able to give him a lot of time to fire off that wrist shot, and it was the highest slot. I mean, that's a high percentage scoring area, right? So that's exactly what you want. He gives that puck just a little bit of a kick to control it, and just fires a wrister. And like we said, don't give this team any room or they're going to make you pay. And now they're the ones with the momentum on road ice. And we got ourselves a dandy with 4:45 to go in the third.
Right. We're back to square zero. Both teams still skating at 4-on-4, 46 seconds left on the 4-on-4. Wiener, nice little pass lead to pass to Shea. O'Shea sends it to Andy. Andy with a wrist shot from the circle.
Nice
Jarvis
shot.
makes a save.
Nice shot by Andy there to peel back just a little bit, fire off the wrist shot, give himself a little bit of room and give him an angle. It was a nice save by the left pad of the goaltender, but he had a good angle on that. He was trying to go down low and stick at 5-hole, just missed it, but I like the shot there from Andy.
All right, puck is still kind of bouncing around there in the corner. Pittman comes in, gets around one defender. He's going to skate behind the net. No, he's not. He's going to come around in front. Fooled me too.
Wow, look at the hands of Pittman. Nice move there. But originally, the way, I mean, it was beautiful move, and he was able to actually get a shot. But more importantly, he was able to hold on to the puck with possession and actually let his guys get off and get back on. He was the lone player on that shift that actually was letting the 4 other players on his team get a line change. So the whole name of the game, right? Dump and chase, dump and change. That's your typical hockey term. Pittman does a great job. He gets the puck behind the net, spins around, wastes a little bit of time, lets his players get off and get back on. And now there's a face-off being forced in the Argos zone. That's just a nice play by Pittman and good awareness to know that his guys are getting a change to get, to burn some time and let them get on the ice.
And it gives both teams a chance to get back to full strength. So for Utah, important to get that skater back on the ice.
Right, exactly. So that's the name of the game. When you see your guys coming off the ice, you just have to have that hockey IQ and that awareness. My guys are hopping off, so I just need to do what I can to hold possession and burn as much time as possible, so the other team can't, stab us in the back and fire out a breakout immediately. So it's a nice play by Pittman. It's a high hockey IQ play.
All right, Olszewski goes for a shot that looks like it got deflected wide, and now we have something going on.
High stick.
Ah, okay. So, high stick. Of course, not a penalty because he was just trying to knock the puck out of the air, but it's still considered a dangerous play. So, gonna have a face-off back in the Providence zone. We've got 3 minutes, 33 seconds left in this game. Man, it has been such an exciting game from, second number 1 to right now. Both teams playing so well.
Yeah, it's time to dig deep. Who wants it more? And
I think you're right. I think that's what it's going to boil down to.
Right. I mean, that's what you're at right now. It's been such a well-fought game, and both teams have had leads, and both teams have come back from deficits. And so, who wants it more? You got 3 minutes to prove that, or else we'll get some free hockey. But that'll go down as a tie in the record books if we hit the end of regulation as a tie.
In terms of points and rankings.
So yeah, the overtime won't matter really for the ACHA ranking. Yeah, that's a good save.
Fantastic save by Nowicki. He had his defender, who was that, 13, I think, shot that. So that was Frederick. He got around his defender, had him beat, and Nowicki was sliding to guard the near post. Frederick saw that the far post was open, and Nowicki stretched out his very long arms. I think Nowicki is 6'3", his very long arms, and makes that brilliant save.
To know how impressive that is, that really is. I mean, the glove save was actually just above his pad, so he has to bring his glove all the way down to his pad. Just think about that, the way your body has to be to make that glove save.
That pretzel move.
Right. I mean, it really is to get your glove that low while you're also kind of in the splits. So really nice save by him to snag that puck out of midair, and he keeps his team in this game.
Absolutely. All right, now we're in the Providence zone. O'Shea keeps it in. He's got Jackson right there waiting for a tip. Oh no, instead he hits Hovey. Ouch. Looks like he hit him with the puck right in the back. And now, slightly offsides. Both teams are kind of fired up. And Providence makes a rare mental mistake, and Alger gets in there ahead of, looks like that was Bellinger. So we'll have an offsides call. We have 2 minutes, 20 seconds left in this super tight game. Both teams scoring, throwing shots on goal right now. Looks like Providence got 30 shots on goal. Utah's got 27. And I would say very few garbage shots on goal. A lot of them been very high quality shots on goal.
And if you're Utah, like I mentioned earlier, a regulation win, like we talked about how this game will go down as a tie in the official rankings for the ACHA, in which the Utah really needs to make up some ground. So a goal in the next 2 minutes and 10 seconds is critical for this team. I mean, you take a moral victory with you if you win this game in overtime, but a regulation victory would feel a lot nicer, and it would be felt not really more on a morale level, but more or less on just a statistical basis, right? Like, it's critical that they find a goal here in the next minute and 50 seconds.
All right, here comes Wiener. Great heads-up play out cross ice to Kurt, and then he goes back into the slot to look for that tip. It gets kicked loose towards the boards, picked up by Providence. All right, now here Providence comes the other way, and it's Frederick. He wants a do-over, try again for another shot. He gets ridden into the boards by Monaco. Back out, and now here comes, that's Alger now, right on top of Nowicki. I'm not sure why he got left open all by himself in the circle.
Right, exactly. That's how much time did he have to fire that shot off? I could have counted to maybe 3 entire seconds, which is a lot for hockey, right? It's a fast game. Utah, man, I mean, they are letting Providence have some shots that they really shouldn't be having.
I think experience is starting to show up, right? Providence is a very experienced, disciplined team, and Utah, I mean, they've got a lot of talent, but really, I mean, in terms of experience, they're actually kind of fairly young at this, like, playing high-level teams at that level.
Yep, and you know what? That's usually when you see differences arise. Late in the game, when, things start to get a little bit sloppy, who can keep their form, I guess you could more or less say, like, who can keep themselves playing the game that they are typically playing, and it's typically the better teams, the more fundamentally sound teams that are going to be able to skate all the way till the end. And I'm not saying that Utah can't, but you said it perfectly, right? You're seeing the differences now late in the game, and that's why. I mean, you're tired. You got to dig deep, and right now, with a minute left, You're going to see who wants it more, because Providence is going to try and win this thing in regulation, because you know it. They don't want to fall in the standings.
All right, we are down to inside the last minute. Shot from the point goes wide. Fulton tries to get that in and tries to center it again and gets away from him. Torrey gets away from him, and oh my gosh, Nowicki has to make a save. That was a little spin move by Husley, who intercepted that pass, or that wasn't really a pass, but intercepted the puck, and then that kind of did a little spin move. Nowicki barely had time to set up, to line up, and he makes the chest pad save.
Well, of course, he thought his team was actually breaking the puck out there. That was an unfortunate bounce, but there was actually an Argo right there on the front of the crease waiting to tip that puck. Now, the shot went directly to the logo on Nowicki's jersey. Right. I mean, that's no way to shoot the puck, but for Argo, it's actually not a bad play, because they force a face-off in the zone, but they had a man right there waiting for the tip. Dangerous play, but Utah able to fend it off.
If Nowicki was not able to corral that rebound and actually hang on to it. Yep. All right, here we go. Providence sends it in, or sorry, Utah sends it in deep. Worth behind the net. Goes for the centering pass to Blau. The puck goes way up in the air. Nobody knows where the puck went. It went shot up straight up the air. Everybody's looking around the ice. It took about 2 seconds to come back down to the ice, so we're going to have a face-off with 20 seconds. 20.2 seconds, excuse me, left in this game. And on the draw, Providence controls. Getting it out to Frederick. He sends it out back and forth. Nice little back and forth play, give and go. Great break up by Monaco. Puck ends up in the corner. Pittman kind of runs into his own player, but he still comes up with the puck and manages to clear it out gently. And the horn sounds with both teams tied up 4-4 after 3 periods of regulation. So we are going to have a 4-on-4 sudden death overtime period. Take a very short break. I believe the teams won't even go to the locker rooms. They're just going to have a quick timeout at the benches. They're going to switch sides, and we will be returning very shortly with our overtime between these two teams. All right, folks, quick correction here. I thought it was a 4-on-4, but our on the ball GM AJ sent over the rules, and it turns out it's going to be 3-on-3, and it is indeed a 5-minute period. It is indeed sudden death, so whichever teams can score first will win. And
yes, if no team scores, then the game is declared a tie. This is not a conference game, so there will be no reason to declare an outright winner.
Right, and so it'll end in a tie. We won't have like a second overtime, and we won't have a shootout. All right, and we are off. And the 3 for Utah looks like it's going to be Wiener, O'Shea, and Endy.
And just take a second to look at how much space there is.
There's
3 on 3
a lot of ice out there
on an Olympic ice. So these teams will be able to spread out and, set up the shooting lanes and make some nice passes.
And for Providence, it looks like it's Constant, Husley, and let's see, that would be Bain are the three skating for Providence right now.
And the name of the game in the 3-on-3 overtime, ever since it was instituted in the NCAA and the NHL, is your goals are typically coming in transition. When you're setting up 3-on-3, when you're just in the zone like you saw Utah do, and you'll probably see Argo do if they win this face-off on this side, the plays in transition are where you score. So that's a speed thing, right? So you keep both teams get a change, right? Only 40 seconds, but they're going to get a change, get fresh legs out there. But with so few players on the ice, it's, can you find the open space and then get the quick goal in transition? And right now, transition play for Utah, so we'll see.
Monaco skates it across. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of ice to cover. There's a lot of white space.
Right. It's less so like shots from the point. It's the strategy is a lot different because you have to be very careful the way you're moving the puck. You have to be very methodical with the way you pass the puck, because any errant pass can be a chance the other way. Right, a breakaway, because there's so few players on the ice. So just like this for Utah, you got to be very careful. I mean, obviously right there, they're able to recover, but still, it's the transition plays and the passing what is so critical in a 3-on-3 overtime.
Absolutely. All right, Torrey takes it across. Tries to get it to Jackson, but it's going to go up along the boards. And Torrey's able to keep it in, so he's going to skate it back the other way. Circle around. He's got O'Shea waiting up at the point. Across to Jackson, the opposite side. And this is exactly what you're talking about, trying to get that set up. Whoops, and a little bit of a bobble there, and it clears the zone. So Utah comes back out. We got 3 minutes, 12 seconds left in the sudden death overtime period. Kurt skates it in behind the net with speed. All the way around, out to O'Shea. O'Shea, to Jackson, who's standing on the circle, and he sees an opening. Boy, that was an excellent chance. He's going to get another one. The rebound gets away. And now here comes Providence, and here comes a chance for them. They're going to take their time. And that looks like that is Frederick.
Yeah, smart play by Providence. So you see right there the counterattack, the transition play. They see that it's not on. They see that Utah already has 2 men back, so they just opt for a change. Now they have fresher legs out there than the Utes do.
And you notice when they do the change, the player holding the ice doesn't change. He lets 2 guys change. Then when he gets a chance, he's going to skate to the bench.
Right.
And that's that transition you're talking
yep,
about.
There it is right
and
there.
Sure enough, there he goes.
Yep, so it's a smart play there by Providence to realize that, okay, the play in transition isn't on, so let's just take our time to get a change so we can have, the upper hand in terms of fresh legs on the ice.
Right, absolutely. But not have all 3 change at once and get caught kind of with your pants hanging down by your ankles, so to speak, because you have a slow change. All right, Providence doing a little bit of setup here. That is Captain Stevenson skating around, looking for an opening. Nice stick poke check by Nowicki to break that pass up. Now here's a cross-ice pass that's sticked away by
Here you go, transition
Kurt.
play.
And he's trying to get to Indy, but he's unable to do it. O'Shea gathers it up. And then he coughs up the puck. Oh my goodness, this is very scary. All right, 1 minute, 35 seconds left in the period. Now we have, oh no.
Penalty against Utah. I'm guessing it's going to be a hook or a trip. It's a tough call. It'll be a hook, so it'll be a hook against. It looks like it'll be a hook against Ethan Kurt, and you know what? It's a position where you can't use your stick in that sort of manner. I think it's a little bit of a soft call, but it's a call that could be absolutely argued to be made, because you put yourself in a position where if it can go either way, you shouldn't be making that play in the first place. So, I don't necessarily agree with the call, but I can absolutely see why it was called, because, he put himself in a position to where it looks pretty blatantly obvious, and now Utah's got to kill for the rest of this game.
Well, and what's interesting is I still see 3 players out on the ice.
Right, it's 4-on-3 in overtime.
Oh, okay, 4-on-3. Gotcha. Oh, yeah. I see. So what happens is Providence gets to bring an extra player out.
Right.
Gotcha, okay.
Yep, per those rules, there shall be no less than 3 players on the ice at a time for any team.
I'm glad you were here to explain that to me. All right, we got 1:35 left in the penalty kill for Utah. Providence tries to get across, but nice defense there by Utah. I think that was Andy that forced the puck out and slowed the Providence players down enough that we have an offsides.
Yeah, so for Utah, I mean, this is less of a kill, more so just see what you can get. I mean, obviously you have to prevent Providence from setting something up and scoring, obviously, but you're going to be a little bit more active on the attack. You're going to pinch hard if you get a chance to skate the puck up the ice.
All right. And here's a chance. It looks like that was Bellinger, but puck gets away. Centering pass broken up by Monaco. He sends it across to Andy. Andy tries to get by. Oh, great defense by Bellinger there to break that one up, because it would have been Andy one-on-one with their goalie.
Yeah, that was a great play.
Wiener goes down in a heap, and yeah, I was kind of wondering about that, but apparently no penalty there either.
Yeah, I mean, same sort of thing. Could have gone either way. That he was going kind of head first towards the boards.
Okay, we are down to 22 seconds left in this overtime period. Providence controlling the puck in the Utah zone, and they know they've got time to set up one good offensive play right now. Broken up by Monaco. He sends it across ice because, of course, they are a player down, so he can do that without getting icing penalty or an icing infraction. Now here comes Providence. One-time shot hits Monaco in the hip pads, and we will end this game in a tie. Utah ties Providence 4-4 after our overtime period. Nobody's moving.
Yeah, right. I wonder if they're going to play a shootout, but I mean,
I could have sworn the rules, we just read the rules and maybe we read them incorrectly, but
so yeah, they're calling for a shootout. They're saying 3 guys apiece. It's not a conference game, but if you read the rules, that's technically I mean, I guess it's really regular season. If the game remains tied after the provisions used in rule, and the previous rule mentioned the sudden death rule, basically by conference policy, only a 3-player shootout may be used. But so this is not a conference game, so I'm interested why they can call for a shootout. But I guess so. Maybe that might be.
Right now we don't have this section that I don't think we got the section that explains what type of shootout. Now is this?
So it's a 3-man shootout. It's a instead of
each team gets 3 chances to shoot.
Yes, right.
So again, not a sudden, not like a first goal.
No, right.
Wins. Like,
it's a 3-man shootout.
Okay.
So if basically whoever gets to shoot first, the other team gets to answer, and then if that team misses, then so basically within 3 men, so we are going to go to a shootout, and just to officially state that, but basically, if the first team scores and then the answer doesn't go in, the next team scores again, then that means that team has to score, basically keep up with the 3-man rotation.
Right, but it's not like each team gets 1 shot and whoever scores first wins.
Right.
Gotcha. All right, so first for Providence is number 15, Husley.
Yeah,
and
so
denied by Nowicki.
Yeah, his chance basically went away when he started going to the opposite side. The angle just wasn't there for him. He wasn't moving his hands quickly enough. He wasn't able to make a Nowicki commit, really. That's just all this really is. It's one player trying to get the other to commit. And
for Utah now, it's going to be O'Shea. And we have the same goalie, so he'll be facing Jarvis. And O'Shea does exactly the opposite, which is what you were trying to explain. He does what he should do.
So he's skating to the opposite side in which he's going to shoot, trying to get the goalie to commit. He goes blocker side right over it. It's a quick wrister. Nice shot there by O'Shea.
And as we've mentioned before, he's got a hard wrister. All right, now for Providence, it's going to be number 17, Tyler Alger.
So officially now in the 2nd frame of the shootout. Oh, it does go in. Wow.
It goes in. Oh, man, I thought Nowicki was going to swat at it. He almost had a chance, but it trickled by him, and so now we are tied up.
So, yes, so Utah here, if they score, after 2 frames, they will have the lead. But if they don't score here, we're all square through two frames.
And now it's Utah team captain, Zeke Endy.
Wow, what a save.
Yeah, I thought that went in, but yeah, great save by Jarvis.
He doesn't quite get enough loft on that, and it's a good save by Jarvis. He doesn't really overcommit, and he maybe commits a little too early on the backhand wrist shot, but all square through 2 frames.
And Providence team captain now gets his turn, Jacob Stevenson, and denied by Nowicki.
And so now for Utah, since it's a 3-man shootout, this is the final frame. If Utah scores here, they win the game. If they don't score, we go to a 4th frame, and then basically it's sudden death from here on out. That's the way the 3-man shootout works.
That's when the sudden death comes into play.
So then basically, yeah, it ends after any frame from here on.
All right, so now for Utah, it's going to be Benjamin Weiner. And denied.
Yeah, he tried.
Jarvis makes another save, but he got a little too close.
Yeah, well, he was trying to go quick and just stick at 5-hole. That's kind of the name of the game. When you're skating in with a lot of speed, you're just trying to be super quick, just try and tuck it as quickly as you can 5-hole. He's a little bit late on it, but nonetheless, I like the move there from him. Those shots typically are pretty when they work out.
And for Providence now, it's Colby Frederick. And oh, he hits the post. So, sounds like we go to now the fourth round, correct?
Yep. And so now, yeah, so basically from here on out, if Utah...
Each team gets to send out one player.
Right, so if Providence scores and Utah doesn't, Providence wins. If Providence doesn't score and Utah scores, that Utah wins, basically. That's how it goes from here on out.
And Garrett Jackson for Utah.
Wow.
And he hits the post.
Anything you can do, I can do better. I mean, one team hits the post, the other team hits the post in an amazing fashion.
Shots in a row.
Right.
All right, and now for Providence, if he flips around, I can see his number. That is A.J. Bellinger. Skating in with some speed. And denied by Nowicki.
Yeah, he was coming in with a lot of speed, then he kind of stopped, and that's when you're going to try and just blast a wrist shot up high, and he was going blocker side on that one, and he goes wide, fortunately for Utah, and so now
Round
Utah,
5.
once again, every single time in the sudden death shootout, they've had a chance to win it. Let's see if they can finish it off here.
All right, and now this is Bortoluzzi. Boots Bortoluzzi.
See, that's a really cheeky move. I love when players try to do that. They actually don't shoot the puck at all. They just let the forward momentum of the puck keep going. The intention for it is to go 5-hole. He tries to make a move right in front for the puck continue to sliding through the 5-hole. Couldn't quite get it to work out, but I like the move. I like the moxie there.
And now Chavez Constant of Providence, and he puts it in.
Yeah, that's just pretty right there. That's beautiful play. You get the goalie to overcommit first. Nowicki falls down, and then from there on out, it's pretty easy for Constant. All he's got to do is just roof a backhander. We saw Indy try and do that, but that one was executed to perfection. Now Utah here, if they don't score, the game's over.
So pressure's on for Max Hovey of Utah. And he answers.
Wow, this is an incredible shootout so far.
He answers. Now,
yeah.
We also want to point out this is Max's first year playing for Utah. Incredible sense of calm and composure.
Yeah, you see it right there.
Off.
Yeah, nice wrister, just buries it. Just the quick
there's like
wristers.
no doubt about that one.
Yeah, you don't have to be fancy. You just have to bury a quick wrister. That's all it takes.
All right, Braden Bain for Providence, and he beats Nowicki.
Yeah, he kind of mishandled the puck right there, and then everyone's kind of like, oh, but he kind of silenced the crowd right there. Nice wrister from him, and
that's
once
how
again,
you silence the crowd.
Utah backs to the wall, and this is not Olympic format, which means Utah can't send the same players out until every player is shot once.
All right, Ryan Worth for Utah. And he parries it.
Wow.
Veteran Ryan Worth, alternate captain, does what he's supposed to do. He shows everybody this is how it's done.
One of the best shootouts I've seen in a long time.
This is amazing.
He buries it on the goaltender's left side, just past his pad. The goalie wasn't covering the entire mouth of the goal with his pads, and that's where Worth was able to find the hole. All
right,
square once
now
again.
for Providence, Tyler McCary. And denied by Nowicki. And he also bobbles the puck, but is unable to recover, get the puck settled down enough to get a clean shot off.
And now Utah, once again, a chance to win the game. It'll be Monaco, and
another one
he's
of
got
our
some
alternate
moves.
captains. He's got some moves. Number 18, Zach Monaco. And he misses, or I can't tell if Jarvis got a piece of it, but I think he was going for the backhander, and I think he misses.
Yeah, when you're going to, I guess, I don't know if my advice means anything, but if you're going to try and go for the backhand, I almost want you to maybe make a move first and maybe, force the goalie to commit. He kind of came in quickly and didn't stop and went for the backhand, but regardless, nice from Monaco, good try.
And from Providence, Elliot Vanini. Denied by Nowicki. We are now at 44 shots on each goalie with this shootout.
And mind you, I actually just noticed this. Kurt had a penalty to finish the period, which I believe means he can't shoot in the shootout.
I believe you're correct.
He's still in the box.
He has to stay.
Right.
Yeah, any penalties that are committed in the overtime, he has to stay. Torrey for Utah, and Jarvis denies him.
Same thing, same sort of thing Utah tried to do before. Torrey wasn't actually trying to shoot that puck. He was trying to fake the shot and just let the forward momentum of the puck just slide in past the goaltender, but looks like the goaltender Jarvis for Providence is all over that.
Yeah, not happening with Jarvis. All right, for Providence, Jamal Kalaf comes in with some speed. And Nowicki denies him.
Wow, this is
what a goalie!
excellent.
What a goalie showcase we're getting to watch today, folks. This is two outstanding goalies standing their ground. All right, for Utah, big tall Aiden Blyle. Can he do it? Can he bring the trophy home to Utah? Well, not a trophy, but. Oh, and boy, Jarvis came out early and stick that right away from him. All right. Now for Providence. Flip around so I can read your number, young man. Thank you very much. That is Tobias Robinson with his chance. He gets a running start. Nowicki comes out really far. And he denies it. Boy, they made that one look easy.
I mean, it's a lot of pressure shooting in a shootout. And these guys trying to, do the moves that they're doing. I'm actually very impressed. Same thing there. Just let the forward momentum of the puck go in. He tries to kind of do that with his backhand and slide it in.
All right. Alternate captain for Utah, Reed Pittman, comes in. And Jarvis makes the save.
Yeah, he's just trying to go glove side on that, and he's right in front of him. He's got the angle. He's just, if you're going to shoot it that close to the goaltender and go glove side, you have to really roof it. Pittman didn't quite get enough on it, but nonetheless, I like the move to go with the quick wrister.
All right, this is Stanislav Struthers, and he beats Nowicki. All right, pressure's on for Utah.
Once again,
it's make the goal or go home. And it looks like this is Hayden Tomacek. Another returnee for Utah.
Some players prefer to have to be in a spot like this where they have to score. We'll see if Tomacek can execute.
See if he can respond. Oh, and another post. So Providence walks away with the shootout victory, 5-4.
I mean, a fitting end for such a great game. I mean, for it to end in a legendary shootout like this.
How many players did we go through? What, 8, 9?
Oh, at least, lot. Yeah. That was one of the longest and closely contested shootouts I've seen in a long time. But for Utah,
and I'm going to point out again, brilliant goaltending by the two goaltenders, just brilliant.
Utah, it's a well-fought game against a good team. A tie against this team is not the worst thing in the world. Obviously, a win would have been huge for Utah, especially for rankings purposes. But you know what? A tie, it's a lot better than a loss, and
especially to a team that's ranked so high.
That's what I mean. It's a team that's ranked high above you, and so for Utah to force a tie here, it's not the worst thing in the world, but obviously you want to go home with the win. But the shootout, just this shootout actually did not count for anything. This isn't a conference game, so it was just more or less who's going to take away the moral victory. But it goes down officially as a tie. And
you know what? I actually like this opportunity for Utah and some of the new younger players to get this. It's almost like a practice at how a shootout works, right? Better now than in the postseason when it's like win or go home. Right.
So it's always fun. These players, it's always a bunch of fun playing in a shootout. Any player will tell you it's just a bunch of fun. So for Utah, not horrible. I mean, they're not going to be happy with it. These guys, they want to win, but regardless, you should be happy with the way you played against a great team. And things are on the up and coming for this team, but learning experience for the better today for the Utes.
Well, thank you again, everyone, for tuning in. Patrick McGann and Nina Tsuchi here. Don't forget, we've got Women's 1. They're going to be playing Montana State very shortly. We'll be back after that break with Period 1.